fuck you doing?
Remember that name? Good pizza with 3 Z's, baby. 3 Z's.
What's up, guys? It's your boy JP, Good Pizza. Yo, this week we got a very special guest on the show. The homie Brad from Raw Genetics came through to tell us how it all went down. From growing to breeding to everything that happened in between to the fire flavors he's got out. Man, where do y'all see this guy's story? All the gear he's putting out, exclusive flavors everywhere for days. You guys are gonna love this one, man. We'll see y'all on the show. So how about that fucking Sacramento sap, bro?
Bro, the sap is crazy. We came out to the car this morning and I couldn't even believe it. I felt like somebody was painting adjacent to the car. It was so bad. Like,
damn, bro.
Yeah, the whole thing's covered. I really did think it was paint for a minute until I really inspected it and tried to rub a little off, and then I saw some globs.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I didn't think there were any pine trees around here, so I'm not sure what kind of tree that is, but it's a sneaker, you know? She's hiding there in the parking lot just dusting everybody.
Yeah, and for some reason, they're fucking all over Sacramento. I know Sacramento is the city of trees, and if y'all don't know what we're talking about, there's these fucking ignorant-ass trees in Sacramento. And if you look at the leaves, they're very shiny when it's sunny in summertime, and they fucking just drip all over your fucking car. Drip this nasty-ass sap.
Yeah. The whole entire tree is like sticky. I was walking around grabbing leaves, and I was just like, okay, well, at least this makes sense. You know, sap is better than paint.
Sap's for sure better than paint.
So, you know, after the show, our next stop is the car wash.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he hit me on the way in, and he's like, yo, bro, you got a hose at your fucking spot? Unfortunately, we're in the hood, and the crackheads fucking siphon all our water, so we had to turn the shit off, and I don't have the key to turn it on. But I knew exactly what happened to you, bro. As soon as you said, I was like, fuck.
Made me feel better that you knew, though, because I was still going like, man, this is crazy. Like, I haven't seen this, you know? And then you were like, fuck those trees. And I was like, okay, dude. At least, you know, we know what it is now. So.
Yeah,
could be worse.
And if you have one of those trees, you can pour some chemicals on the roots the spring prior to summer, and it will not allow the tree to bloom, so you don't have to worry about that.
Nice, nice. I highly recommend that, or maybe just removing it.
Remove it.
Just remove
it's useless. Outside of shade, does nothing for you.
Not at the cost of that sap.
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I miss trees, man. I moved into like a newer neighborhood, and I just couldn't figure out for the longest time, like, yo, why is it so fucking bright here? Something's off about this neighborhood, man. Like, I know everything's new. And then one day it hit me, I was like, there's no fucking trees. You know what I'm saying? There's all these little baby-ass twig trees.
Little shrubs everywhere.
Yeah, they're like 8 feet tall. I was like, I'm going to live for 10 fucking years before I, you know.
Yeah, you need something that can cast a shadow, you know?
Yeah, bro.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
well, fuck those trees.
Fuck those trees, man. But hey, thanks for coming to Sac, man. Sorry the beginning wasn't so great for you.
You know, it could be worse.
Could be worse.
Could be worse. We're having a good time still.
Worst things happen in Sacramento, trust me.
Oh yeah, I could see it. I could see it. I was smoking in the car, and I had some homeless gentleman come up to me and be like, "Hey, give me a ride," and I was like, "No,
nah, bro,
no, bro." I was like, "Hey, it's not even my car, man. I'm just smoking here." And then he was like, "That smells loud." And he was like all lingering on me and stuff. And I was just like, come on, man. Like, you can't expect me to pass you. If I was like not just starting to smoke, I would have just handed him the joint. Been like, it's you, fam. Like, just take that and walk, you know? But I was just kind of had to deal with the awkwardness for a minute. And then he walked off, luckily. Didn't give me too much of a problem. So, but yeah, you know, we're used to that kind of shit in LA too. We got homeless on steroids in LA. The thing's on another level out there.
For sure. Yeah, the homeless are kind of crazy out here, bro. Like they're fucking little bougie, man. Like you'll offer them $1 on the rare occasion that you give them $1, and they're like, yo, you got a 5? I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I've literally heard this before. I'm like, God damn, bro.
That's crazy. Now, I remember offering food to, I saw somebody outside of Jack in the Box. You know, I think it's back in the day we went down to go to TLC to go get some weed or whatever.
Yeah.
And when I saw the person, it just moved me. I just thought, hey, I want to give them some food, right? They didn't ask for anything.
Yeah.
But I came out with a bag of food, try to give the person the food. And they were like, no, I want money. And I was like, well, I don't have money to give you. I was like, but I got food for you, right? That's at least what you could do to help somebody when you feel the moment. And they just wanted money. So I was like, all right, fine. Like, no food then. And I just walked off. And then they're like, give me the food. I was like,
motherfucker, bro.
I was like, bro, there's no limit to whatever. I guess if you're living drugged out on the streets, it's
for
like,
sure.
It's a whole nother game out there. So
it is.
You gotta stay on your toes.
No doubt, man. And like, honestly, that was similar to my first moment you know, giving a homeless person some food. I felt so good about it, bro. I had this fat ass plate of rice, dude. I was like, oh, I'm finna feed this dude for like 2 days.
Right.
I give him from like, hey, bro, get some food, bro. Like this all you, dog. And I watched him in the rearview. This motherfucker took the food because he had the food sign, dumped it off behind the building, came back with his fucking signs. He don't no fucking food, man.
Right, right. He's building a stash up back there.
Jeez.
Got the storage unit.
You feel me? God damn, man.
Yeah, man. Streets are wild.
Streets are wild, bro. Streets is watching, son. Well, Brad, thanks for coming through. We got Brad from Raw Genetics in the house, man.
Dude.
Thanks for sliding, bro.
It's a pleasure to be here at Good Pizza. I do love some good pizza, so
Me too, man.
match
Me
made
too.
in heaven.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, man. So, yeah, tell us a little about the story, bro. Where you from? Where'd you come up? Let's dive into it, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I mostly grew up in Texas. When I was born in Iowa, I've traveled around, lived in a bunch of different states.
No shit, man.
And I was living out in Florida, actually. Went to school out there in Orlando for motorcycles. And when I got back down, I was living in Palm Beach before that. So when I got back down into Palm Beach, I was really interested in like getting into weed and stuff, or at least trying to have good weed regularly. I was fresh out of school from being broke. I didn't really have good weed regularly at the time. And when I got back down to Jupiter or whatever, everybody had like purple kush, right? But they were complaining, oh, there's seeds in it. There's seeds in it. And I was like, that sounds wonderful. Let me get some of those seeds, right? Yeah. So I'm like trying to get some of the weed. My boy gives me some of the seeds. I do get some of the weed. And I was just so pumped. I was like, oh, cool. Now I can always have good weed, right? And that kind of led into obviously popping seeds. And this is so far back where like you would prize bag seeds when you would get them, right?
For sure.
And so I remember popping the purple kush and the bag seeds. And we were doing like a little outdoor run with one of my friends, my buddy that I actually worked for at the time. And yeah, it was just really cool. And I remember there were males and stuff, and I kind of didn't even, I know I've told the story before, but I didn't really even know how it all worked. I just kind of was like, if we leave these out here, I think we'll have more seeds, right?
Okay.
And so I left the males out there. I let that thing run. I came down with a bunch of seeds, which in comparison to what we do nowadays, it was like no seeds really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But at the time, I remember having like they had the little fancy ketchup jars and stuff from like hotels in Palm Beach. I had a bunch of those full of seeds, and maybe like a small mason jar with a bunch of little bags of seeds in there. And I was like, oh, it's like $1 million worth of seeds,
Hell yeah.
It just felt like so exciting, and the potential and stuff just even then, and I had no aspirations at the time of, leading into really doing breeding and the stuff that we do now. But yeah, that was just kind of my first forte with making seeds.
Yeah, it was interesting. So what made you so pumped up about seeds? Because typically people are like, oh fuck,
right?
Like, were you growing at this time? Did you want to grow?
Yeah, so
is that in your mind?
Well, I don't know. Back then, at that time, I just wanted to be able to like have good weed regularly.
Okay.
And so, being naive and inexperienced, I thought if I just had seeds that were going to lead to quality flower, then I would always be able to have quality flower.
Okay.
At that time, never having produced any quality flower myself,
Gotcha.
right? But just kind of
big dreams.
Yeah, big dreams, weed nerd status, and
For sure.
And yeah, I don't know. It just kind of one thing led to another, and then I eventually got the opportunity to come out here to California, and I was managing. I was like, I went from like a light in my closet to like managing 99 lights.
Damn.
Yeah,
bro.
pretty much. I got a job opportunity, came out. And so we're running all kinds of stuff from different nurseries, and I would just get like the plants. And over the time, we're having mixed results with some of those things. And since I had made seeds before, I was like, well, why don't we just make something, And everybody was kind of like, oh, it's not that easy, and which is true. It is and it isn't, you know what I mean?
Sure.
But yeah, it definitely seemed like a crazy idea when I start telling all of my my friends who brought me into the game, like, oh yeah, I'm going to make seeds intentionally.
Yeah.
And they're like, I remember him telling me, he's like, how many people you think live on seeds? Like, just only the top dogs in the game, right? And I just remember telling him, I was like, yeah, well, they weren't always the top dogs, were they? They had started as nobody also.
Yep.
So, yeah, I don't know. I just got like...
Good for you, man.
I just got like unstably obsessed with genetics and the potential in my mind, to the point to where I know for sure I was annoying everybody around me. Everybody around me was literally like, Brad, shut the fuck up.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. You know, not
They were
because they
hating on
didn't.
the kid, or
they
what?
weren't really hating on it, but you know, it's like when you got somebody sitting around you every day. I'm in the trim or wherever it is, and I'm telling all the same people the same things, or
Yeah.
like we're talking about a new genetic, and I start romanticizing about like what we could do with that genetic
Yep.
or something like that. And people are just like, Brad, I hear you say this shit every day, you know. And at the time,
Give it a rest, bro.
not really doing a lot at the
sure,
time,
for
right?
sure.
You know, but I'm trying to get the energy flowing and get geared up. And yeah, you know, I guess it all worked out though, because now we're 10 years strong. You know, we
Nice,
just
dude.
celebrated 10 years last October.
Congrats, man.
You know, definitely beating the odds on just starting a business in general. And I would say certainly outlasting untold amount of other,
Yeah.
you know, breeders and hobbyists and people who have, you know, come and gone.
Yeah, you beat the 10-year mark.
Yeah, it's pretty
90%
crazy.
of businesses fail within, 5-year mark, fail within the first 5.
Shit, yeah, I feel like your chance of failure is so high even in like the first 2 years. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, which I would say in our first 2 years, we're probably mostly a failure anyway.
Yeah,
You know what
for
I mean?
sure.
That's
You figure
kind of how
shit
it,
out, man.
This is kind of how it is, you know?
Making adjustments, making your tweaks, you know what I'm saying? Just figuring the shit out, bro. That's all we can do. Fire, bro. So when did weed creep into your life? Like, how old were you when you first started chiefing?
Man, I was probably, I don't know, I was pretty young the first time I ever smoked.
Most people are on this show.
I was
Hit me.
pretty young. I
Where
was
at?
in Iowa. I remember I was in like the stairwell of like our apartments, and you know, of course, we always knew some older kids, some little hoodlums and shit.
Fuck, yeah.
And they were smoking weed out of like a folded up, you know, soda can.
Oh,
and they were like, "Oh, you want to hit this?" And I'd never smoked, but I was like, "Yeah, I'll give it a try." I'm over there trying to hit it. Of course, I don't think it really did much for me.
No doubt.
You know, but that was my first time. And then I can remember one of my earlier times I remember smoking weed. I was with my dad. We're on the boat. We're wakeboarding. One of his friends, who, if I remember right, his name was also Brad, was out wakeboarding, but he had his weed in the cup holders there and like a little metal pipe and shit. And I knew my dad was cool. He didn't really care about shit much. So
Yeah.
I just randomly grabbed the weed and start shoving some in the pipe and start smoking it. And looking back at home, he was like wakeboarding behind the boat. He's like, "Stop doing that," you know? And like my dad's laughing, I'm laughing, I'm like ripping the pipe and shit.
Oh, shit.
And,
Pops just let it fly?
Yeah, my
Nice.
pops was definitely like that. Like he's the kind of guy where like you get in a fight with him and then he'd be like, "Let's smoke a joint and bro down."
Bro, I love your dad, bro.
So, you know, like I smoked weed with my dad back in the day
Tight,
when I was
bro.
pretty young, you know, 12, 13, shit
Cool,
like
man.
that. So
Oh, yeah.
I feel like weed was always kind of in my life or around and kind of building up. And then I do remember a point where I was like, "Oh, I don't want to smoke weed," you know. But that was probably pretty short. I just wasn't really too worried about like getting high every day or smoking regularly. It was like more social at the time.
Sure.
And
There's
then,
nothing wrong with that.
yeah, and then over the years, it definitely just became like a core pillar of my life, all the way up to where my life is now built completely around this plant. So, you know,
For sure.
it's a wild life. It's been cool. You know, we were fortunate enough to join at least in the back end of like Prop 215 and how amazing that era was here in California. Man, what a time, a little piece of history to be a part of, you know?
Certainly, bro.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to be here on the tail end of that, man. I got here in 2017.
Nice.
And, you know, I said it a million times on the show, started a delivery service, you know, just got to really feel what that shit was all about. Get a book stacked full of scripts. I could ride around with hella peas. Like,
I remember that
incredible.
shit, dude. The fucking books with all the
fuck you-
patients
the
and
fuck
shit.
you book.
Yeah, it'd be
You know
like,
what I'm
all right,
saying?
put the book right there on the wall. So if anybody comes in here, you point them to the book.
You goddamn right. Yeah, that shit was sick.
Classic, man. Classic
Yep.
stuff.
Yep.
Good times. I feel like the competition was way better. Like things were a little bit more exciting, you know. Now it's really just bogged down with regulation and
Yeah. Regulation, fancy packaging,
Yep.
a lot of candy. It's just a different game, bro. Just a different game. You have to pivot and learn how to play that shit.
Yeah, you just got to
Some-
keep
some did
moving and
really well.
changing.
Some fell off, some did really well, and some are still doing really well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And some are staying afloat, and you know, this fucking story goes on.
Yeah, I feel like Z is obviously up big time right now, which
Yeah.
I was kind of already betting on a couple of years ago. I was like, you know, lemon cherry is going to fall off. It's kind of what I was thinking. but she's just been running stronger than I could ever believe.
Z is there's no end in sight, bro.
Yeah, there's no end in
Nothing's come
sight.
close.
But you know, the Z is really coming in now, and I see a lot of other people working Z and a lot of other ZBXs and stuff out there. So that's exciting for me because I love to see what other people do. I know when I get back down to LA, there's some other guy online. He says he's got a really good like ZBX2 best Z, you know.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah. I was like, bro, like let me come in and smoke it, you know. I'll bring down some Zikigai or something, or like I'll have him come try some Zikigai later or something. But yeah, I love to see what other people are doing. If I go see somebody else who's like knocking it out of the park, that's going to motivate me to be like, all right, I got to hit this level or higher, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I like to see what other people are doing. The Z thing is really fun. It's been fun to watch like proper doinks and everybody have all these Z battles.
Yeah.
Just been sitting on the sideline because I didn't have anything to really submit. But yeah, I don't know, man. Z, what a wonderful plant that little terrible thing is.
Yeah, for real, bro. For real. Yo, real quick, shout out to Roll Buddies for blessing the table today. If you've never used a bamboo tip, I'm telling you, it changes the whole smoke. Smooth pull, no soggy ends, and they're actually made with real materials. Bamboo, birch, none of that 3D printed nonsense. It's sustainable, clean, and the design is on point too. Roll Buddies is really out here doing it different. Not just another smoking brand, but real innovation. Tap in on the Instagram at Roll Buddies USA. That's at Roll Buddies USA. Tell them Good Pizza sent you.
She's a real pain, but those terps are just really one of a kind. And
what do you think it would take to knock Z out the box as the main show? Not out the box, but just like, it ain't the number one thing anymore.
That's a good question. I don't know. Something that has to be a really pervasive and easily perceivable profile for like the masses, you know? Like that's where Lemon Cherry crushes is. It's very often sweet, sherby, gelato, or perceivably candy to people, and almost no matter what, the batches are like that, right?
Yeah.
So it's like really easy for people to digest what it is versus some of the more unique profiles are a little bit more nuanced. And you kind of got to develop a palate to really tap into some of those, you know?
I would agree with you, bro. Like, I feel like it has to be something somebody can relate to, like a red bag of Skittles. Shit's called Skittles. This is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That's what it fucking tastes and smells like. Like, it'd have to be like a fucking, I don't know, a root beer float, or I don't. But root beer is not like a thing that everybody likes.
Yeah.
Who the fuck don't like Skittles?
And there is that
like,
root beer strain out there too.
Root beer strain, yeah, for sure. Which was okay.
I've never tried it before.
It's okay. It's okay. It's not like it's not an everyday smoke, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
I can smoke Z
everyday smoke.
constantly.
Same. That's all I really smoke on the show. Z and Fugazi, that one bag I gave you.
Nice. Yeah, I love some good
my
Z.
podcast
I like some
smoke.
good OG too, though.
They blend well together too.
Yeah. I'm definitely on a little side quest forever in the
OG?
Z work to get like a good OG Z. Like I just did Kami Kush, which is the Skywalker Zikigai.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, those came out really nice.
Love
really,
Skywalker. That's my favorite OG.
Yeah, it's like predominantly built like Skywalker. Very few little expressions. Most of them are tall, stretch, nice big flowers. The size and shape of those flowers varies a little bit from like super OG leaning to kind of Z looking a little bit. But pretty much all the plants were big framed. And I know I was at the office the other day and I saw some, I want to say it was some rosin from Professor Sift, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
And man, it was smelling crazy, just like super OG with a little bit of Z in the back.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to dab any of it, but man, it seemed like it was
promising.
Gonna be, yeah, they were all raving about it. So other people were smoking. I just didn't get a chance.
You like OG?
Oh yeah.
I got a fucking nice unit on the way here. It should be here in about 30 minutes.
Oh hell yeah.
And,
yeah, I love a good
we'll
OG.
fucking get into that for sure on
Nice.
one of our breaks.
That sounds good
You know
to
what I'm
me.
saying? Yeah. It's a nice batch. The homies from Blueprint grew this batch and they fucking knocked it out, bro.
Yeah. That's why I was thinking about doing some work with the Billy Kimber too. Billy
you absolutely should. You have that cut?
I don't have it right now, but the homies, it's
You
their
will.
cut.
We were just talking about this.
Yeah, it's their cut, and they actually had recommended it to me and was like, "Oh, you want to do some work with the Kimber?" And I was like, "Yeah, that'd be a great place to start doing some OG stuff." So I think we'll I don't know if it'll hit. I don't know if it'll get done this year. It might be finished by the end of the year or something
project?
like that. Yeah, but
For sure.
I think it's going to be a tight schedule to get it done. Maybe have it ready for sometime next year, more realistically, I
Yeah, that
think.
shit takes forever, and get it stable and.
Right. Well, to get them hunted, to get it made,
yeah.
we've got other projects that are going down right now. Like we're doing some staging for some Kaizen reversals.
Oh, cool. What's break it down. What's Kaizen and what's
Zikigai?
Zikigai.
Yeah, so Zikigai is kind of the foundation, the start of the Z work. Once my buddy West Coast Connoisseur had introduced me to the rainbow belts from one of our buddies growing it.
No doubt.
Which led me to looking up like, hey, can you get regular seeds, because I wasn't all in on FIMS yet. So then I found out you could get the Rainbow Belts 2.0s from Archive.
Yep.
So they were sold out. I start making some posts. People start responding. I buy some packs. I get scammed on some packs, of course.
Damn, dog.
And then a bunch
Who
of
scammed you, bro? You want to flame him on the show?
I don't even remember who it was,
No
but
Just saying.
Gromer, he had hit them up and made the guy give me back some of the money. So could be
Oh, no
worse.
shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
it could
cool,
be worse.
cool.
He like knew who it was or something like that.
That's what's up.
And got me some of the money back. But yeah, whatever. It's fine. I was willing to take a little loss, to obtain what I needed. But like I said, the community came through and they really donated a bunch of packs. And so,
sick,
yeah,
bro.
so I think we had like 5 or 6 packs to pop. And I gave back to community members that donated seeds, the keeper females, the keeper male, what we used to make all the crosses.
tight, bro.
I sent
Very
them
honorable.
out seeds after I made the crosses.
Hell yeah, man. Good business.
Tried to make sure to really take care of the community because, they put up they trusted me with their seeds. And,
Yeah,
and
dude.
obviously that was the agreement that we had made as well.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, it was super cool. So that let us really have a nice, robust hunt to try to find some cool stuff. And my whole entire goal with that really was just to find what could lead me to trying to refine Z a little bit more. Like I said, I kind of felt like Lemon Cherry was going to fall off, and I thought Z was the most likely next place people would go because it is the better candy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then also, Z is like notoriously real bad. She's tough to grow, tough to clone. And so I kind of figured, well, what will stifle Z getting to the level it could be at is that people can't cultivate this thing. You can't really do it at scale very realistic. There are people that do, there are people that do it, but it's pretty hard. Most people don't want to. And so that was kind of like some of the things that led us into wanting to really work hard on Z and trying to just take Z from this little plant that's a pain in the butt to having it in seed form where you could buy seeds, you could pop those, and then you could pull out a true realistic representation of Z that's not watered down, that's not inferior, something that could really give you the profile, still pack a punch, and ideally grow a little bit better.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's kind of what led us to that. And then so Zikigai is just the Rainbow Belts 2.0 back to Z.
Okay.
So that's our initial crossing there. So the male was
Nice.
selected.
Very dark.
Yeah, the male was selected strictly for just like the profile of Z, right? I wanted to find something that grew well and stretched. So, when I took all the males and we fully flowered those, I basically kept track to see who were the ones that were the better performers, right? Disregarding the shorter ones. And then once they got deep enough into flower, I was looking for any of them that would produce a little bit of trichome, right?
Okay.
Because then you can get up there, you can rub on those trichomes, and typically you can kind of get an idea of what profile the male has, which has been really useful in breeding also versus like reversing a male. I think people will reverse them to try to do the same thing. But if you got a really good male and you fully flower it out near its end, like they typically will produce a little bit of frost.
Okay.
And if you get in there, like I said, it'll let you know kind of what's going on. And this one was just, it was Z. Top to bottom, like the profile coming off of this male was just true to Z. And the growth was great. It had doubled in size. It had nice side branching. Everything was looking really the way you would want it to. And so that's the Rainbow Belts male that we used to make our Rainbow Belts line that we did with Zephyr. And that was really all just to do what became Zikigai. It wasn't called that at first. It was just, the Z cross. But over time, I was trying to come up with a name, something that was cool, something that had like some meaning to me. And that's when I had stumbled across like some of the Japanese stuff, like Ikigai and things like that. And Ikigai itself just kept really repeating in my mind, like, a sense of purpose and what you do. And you know, what you can do that you could be paid for, and like what the world needs and what other people would enjoy. And so it just kind of seemed like some of the principles there really aligned. And that's what led me to calling it Zikigai.
That's a good name.
You know, and really just feeling like, I really do feel like a sense of drive and purpose. It's like reinvigorating a little bit to work on the Z stuff, you know, like you never get tired of breeding, but it's like you do anything for 10 plus years, you know, it's some of the mystery's gone, a little bit of the excitement can be gone, you know, and so it's just really reinvigorating to find something that just really cranks the gears and really makes me want to just keep pushing. And, you know, how can we twist it? How can we refine it? How many paths do we have to go down to actually get to, you know, uniformly tall Z plants from seed, you know, which is really the true goal, which is to get there, you know.
Fire, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, what do you do to fucking stay motivated, bro?
Man.
When you know, when the game feels like, man, this feels like the same day over and over again.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you just gotta hopefully be really passionate about what you do. Because no matter what, you know, there are times where it's draining and it's a tough game, it's competitive, and there are a lot of things that get in the way of trying to do things you want to do. So you just have to really, I don't know, I would say the network that you build is super, super important, because you're definitely unlikely to succeed at everything on your own. And then just having the passion behind that will really get you through the darker, harder times where you're just like, man, I'm about to just be blown over and destroyed now. And then you just kind of grit your teeth a little bit, and before you know it, you're on the other end of that thing, and you're like, oh fuck, that wasn't, like, I thought that was going to destroy me. Yeah. You know, like, I'm actually okay right now. I might even be a little better, actually.
There you go.
Like, it's fucking, so, you know, you just got to roll with the blows and just try not to let it get you down, I suppose.
Amen, brother.
It's tough, man.
So did you do anything before cannabis? Like, what was your first job?
Oh man, I mean, I grew up mostly in Texas, so I've had like a lot of jobs doing random shit, like concrete for houses, framing.
Okay.
I don't know. I did mold remediation for a while back in Florida. Yeah,
that's a miserable job.
You know,
Weird
oddly enough,
too.
I had gone from living in Ohio, where I really fucking hated Ohio, and it was pretty hood, and I was just up to no good, really. And went down to Florida to go do that. So it was like a great change of pace. Also, it paid really well. I think I went from like warehouse work at like $15 an hour.
It did pay well.
To, you know, 22, 25 an hour, something like that, plus overtime and, you know, lots of ability to generate money there. So I was really excited at the time about it. But looking back, I'm kind of glad that like I don't still do that, because
that's tough work, man.
Yeah, it's tough. Fuck. We were demoing. Plus you're actually around like really bad mold and shit all the time.
Yeah.
And back then when I was like, I don't know what, early 20s, 18, 19, 20, I didn't give a fuck. I didn't care, you know. I was just making money, and then I was going and buying kegs and partying afterwards, and that was what really mattered, is I could make enough money to buy an ounce of weed and a keg and throw a party and get some people together. Which was obviously not a problem when you're making, which was pretty decent money for me at the time, but yeah, I don't know. I definitely don't miss working with mold.
My experience that was so crazy. So I was in Jersey at the time, and like my boys, I was like a summer job for me. I was like on break from college and shit. All my friends didn't go to college. I was hood rats, you know what I'm saying, respectfully. And just played the streets, you know what I'm saying, as I was too. I just went to college and did all that too, you know what I mean? But the homies got me a job. I needed to do something for the summer. Yeah. And it was fucking great, bro. Like, we worked in New York City every day. But the hours were fucked. It was like sometimes it was daytime, sometimes it was in the middle of the night. And it was just like never a consistent schedule. So when we were young, we could do it. But we all used to go, we'd load up in a box truck. And there's only two, it's a cutaway. So there's only two seats in the front. We would literally sit in the back, in the box, like on the highway, going to New York. If we got in an accident, bro, we're like getting fucked. A bunch of marbles in the back of this thing.
Yeah. I feel like back in the day, that was pretty common, though. I can remember as a kid being put in the back of a truck or all kinds of shit where it's like, yo, if you get in a car accident, it's going to be bad.
It's going to be bad, bro. And it was way more comfortable on the way home because we had all the garbage in the bags. So we just lay on the garbage of all this fucking molded whatever.
Not even thinking about it. You're just like, oh,
we're just smoking blunts and drinking, bro. We get some deuces after work.
Yeah.
The owners didn't give a fuck. The boss was a cokehead. Find this out because so one day this dude named Fat Tony shows up to the job site and he never works. It was like a show job, but you didn't have to work versus a no show. And he'd just always be there, and he'd always just be hanging out. He was in his truck, and he took a shine to me, and I'd start riding with him. Well, so I didn't have to ride in the back of the truck. I'm like, yo, bro, what the fuck is going on with you, bro? Like, you don't do shit. Like, the boss don't give a fuck. He's like, oh, this motherfucker owes me mad money. I was like, from what, dude? He's like, oh, bro, this dude's a fucking cokehead, man. He owes me mad bread. I'm like, oh, you're just here collecting a check. Because he was, got you.
Keep an eye on my payday.
Yo, it was the most degenerate job ever, bro. But it was fun, man. It was fun for the time being. It was
right. It's good at the time. You look back and you're like, what a ride. But you wouldn't want to be doing that for 15 years.
No, it's rough.
You know?
It's rough, kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, good times, man. So what else did you do, bro? You just brought me back in time, bro.
Right. Oh, man, I've had a lot of jobs, you know. Like, I did a lot of different things over the years. Eventually, I kind of fell in love with motorcycles, kind of the same way that I, fell in love with cannabis. Yeah. And my friends had got some bikes, and they were letting me ride it. I got super juiced up on. I was like, I got to get myself a bike. Finally did. Got a bike. So I went to school for motorcycles in Orlando. Okay. While I'm there, going to school at MMI, I got my own motorcycle finally. Suzuki GSXR 750. Super pumped. But I'm not like a talented or skilled rider at the time.
It's a crotch rocket, right?
Yeah,
for sure.
And so I'm not like super talented, but whatever. I'm pumped. I'm excited. I go out for a ride with my boys. I'm riding with them all day, and probably riding a little bit out of my skill set the whole time. Obviously, like I should have known better, but I didn't. And we got to the end of the day, and I was like, "All right, guys, good time. I'm gonna head home, right?" And like, you should always go home if you decide to go home. Don't let motherfuckers talk you back into going out again. But they're like, no, we're going to go hit this road one more time. You should do it. And so I was like, all right, let's go hit this road. And I got a little whiskey throttle going down that road. Felt like I was better than I was. And like I knew it better than I was. And just like, oh man, just looking back at it, if you could see the road and you're a rider, you would just laugh. Be like, how the fuck do you not make this turn?
Right.
But I'm not talented at the time, and I found out that my suspension was definitely set up poorly too. Shit. And so anyway, I come cranking, I pass my buddy. And next thing I know, I'm going into a turn, and I'm just like walking into the other lane. There's 2 lanes and a curb, right? This is like a back road on an airport over in Orlando or whatever, because it's some of the only places you could find a curve.
Right,
Florida.
Right.
Yeah, Florida, anyway.
For sure.
And so I'm just like slowly walking out toward this curb the whole time, and I'm just like, oh no. Now I know, like, lean until you hit the ground if you have to, right? But,
right.
But anyway, so I eventually panic. I nail a handful of brake with serious power. That bitch pops up on the front wheel. Time slows down. I start splitting seconds from adrenaline. And I just remember thinking to myself, like, all right, you're going to get body slammed by this bike if you don't jump off of this thing. So I jump, right? I try to get myself away from the bike, and I land in the grass. And so I don't get road rash or anything. Bro, I jump right up to my feet. And I'm like moving around. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, how did I just do that? Go over my handlebars at like 50 miles an hour and I didn't break anything? I'm like, that's wild. And so like the adrenaline's cranking, right?
For sure.
I'm moving around. Then next thing I know, I'm like, something don't feel right. Something feels a little off here. And so I'm like, grab my arm, and I could feel like back here, it was like the radial or whatever was like dislocated, and it was kind of pushing right here. It wasn't popped out or nothing gross.
For sure.
It was all inside still, thankfully. But I was like, damn, that ain't good. And then so obviously I dislocated, fractured, broke it. I had to go to the hospital. I'm in there, and I had the good fortune of getting a doctor who was like learning.
Oh,
you're already kind of at the mercy of the doctors anyway when you go in. They made me sign a little paper to get the help, and then they just grabbed my arm. They just yanking on this bitch, like, trying to like pop it back in, I guess. And in the process, like, it was fractured from the dislocation.
Yeah.
They just ate it. They just shredded the end of the bone, basically.
Fuck, man.
They tried 2 or 3 times. I mean, I'm in pain.
You're screaming.
The last time they come in they x-rayed it, and they're like, it's still not in place. We got to try one more time. And I was like, look, guys, I get it. Like, we got to do what we got to do here. I was like, but you got to give me some more pain medicine or something, bro. Like, I'm dying here. And of course they hear that shit all the time. So he's like, yeah, I've given you the maximum. And so he just watches this guy go to town, just and just seeing me just crumble under the pain for sure. You know, it was very, very painful. And then afterwards, he leans in, he goes, "I'm sorry." He's like, "I could tell you're in a lot of pain," and gave me another little shot real quick. I was like, "Oh, thank you," but that would have been better 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, right.
It would have helped me a lot more 10 minutes ago. But at least he realized like I wasn't making it up. Like I'm feeling it, bro.
Yeah.
And that took me down for the count right there, man. I was out of school for a minute. I had to go to physical therapy. It was a bad enough break where from there I had to just go get surgery. There was no letting the bone recover, you know? So it's chrome steel with a titanium end.
Okay, you got a little chrome in there?
Yeah, a little chrome steel titanium combo. A little bit of restriction in range of motion, but overall, pretty good. You know, I still go to the gym every day and stuff.
Good.
So,
Cool, man.
Yeah, it could be worse, but yeah, I don't know. You got to be careful out there on those motorcycles. You can forget sometimes that it takes one little minute mistake to do a lifetime's worth of damage, you know? And it's like, even from this, over the years, because that's like well over 10 years ago now, I started to get really bad arthritis. And then I had to go get another surgery because the nerve down here was like getting inflamed from the arthritis, I think is what they were basically saying. And it was causing me to like lose all the muscle in my hand.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so my hand was going straight Skeletor status. Like, dude, this shit was like recessed in. I mean,
Oh, man.
the craziest part of that was like noticing that it was happening. Like my dog, you know, dogs are like chewing on your hand. And I was like, "Damn, Han, like you're real aggressive with the teeth today, bud." And I pull my hand up and it's just like skeleton hand. I was like, what the
No meat on there.
I couldn't believe, I was in disbelief. And then it kind of made sense. Like I was having trouble clutching on my motorcycle. My wheelies were getting worse. I was having trouble dumping the clutch to get my wheelies on track. And, you know, I couldn't even do this, you know, like you're cruising down the street, you see somebody, you throw a little shocker real quick. I couldn't even make my hand do that.
Damn,
you know what I mean? Like it was getting to the point to where I had fingers that were like starting to curl. Shit. And then luckily my girlfriend is smarter than me. So she was like, "Hey, you need to go to the doctor, idiot." Got me into the doctor, figured out what was wrong, and then they did the surgery, and then I've been obviously back in the gym since then. And
Good.
I've got most of the muscle back. Like my grip is good, my hand's good. They said that I wouldn't be able to get it back, which was very disappointing when the doctor's like, "Oh, yeah." He basically was already like courting me for the next surgery. He's like, "The next surgery is whether you want your hand open or closed." He's like, "You get to pick." I was like, "What?"
Damn, dog.
I was like, if I was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, I came in here with fucking Billy's, like, would you be telling me the same thing? He kind of laughed at me. And I was like, I don't know. He didn't really have anything too good to say. But either way, like, at least fortunately, it wasn't true. I have gotten most of the muscle back.
So you showed them.
I guess so.
Good.
I can kind of feel, too, like the feelings come back, but it still does kind of feel like numb. Like the under this finger and this bottom part of my hand, even like up to the wrist, it's like a little like, feels like pins and needles a little bit. It's weird.
No doubt. And it sounds like you were still riding after that.
Yeah, I still have a bike right now. I need to get a new set of tires on my bike. But yeah, I got a BMW S1000 RR. I've had that one for, I bought it brand new in like 2017. So yeah, that was like my dream bike. That was like a cool little, success move for myself, at least at the time, buying something I didn't really need. But
there you go.
I loved it nonetheless.
That's all right. Yeah, so. You know what? You said a very valuable jewel, especially if you guys are riding out there. If it's time to go home,
go home,
bro.
Call it. You can go back out tomorrow.
Yeah, dude. I was gonna get, when I moved out here, I was telling my little cousin, like, bro, we're gonna get fucking chops. We're gonna fucking get sick ass fucking street glide Harleys and fucking just cruise the fucking mountains of California. And literally that weekend, I was in Cali before I moved here. Summer before I moved here. I'm on the airport going home. My right hand man's baby mom called me. You know, she's pregnant. They're about to have a baby. Mm-hmm. Mind you, my boy Lex, he just got off of opiates. Like, he had a problem.
Right.
Just got off. He's going good, thank God. And then he gets in this fucking motorcycle accident. He's going down a road he's never been on before with experienced riders. Shoots off the road. Yep. He fucking, his leg is backwards. Like, his knee is just, his whole leg's back. So he like army crawls out of the woods in a wife beater, mind you. A wife beater and a helmet. At least he had
also wear your gear. Wear gear.
Dude's fucked up. Bro literally bro was literally in the same hospital a couple floors down from his baby being born a couple floors up. Like,
damn, that's wild.
Our pictures with the baby is him in the wheelchair, Damn. All bandaged up.
They get his legs straightened out, get everything.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
Fixed back up. It's crazy.
He's locked up right now, so he's not great, but he's
walking.
He's fucking crazy, bro. He's just fucking crazy. But yeah, man, same shit, bro.
Yeah,
take your ass home, boy.
It's crazy.
And I did not get a bike.
Yeah.
Because of that, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna get a bike. Bro.
Yeah. You know, California, it's like a double-edged sword out here. It's one of the most beautiful states. We have some of the greatest roads. We have famous roads. Like, there's so many cool places to go. But we have insane traffic. And people, when they're driving, they are not looking for you on the bike. And then here in Cali, we can split lanes, which...
Just can split lanes is crazy.
It's honestly the best fucking way to ride. It's so amazing. Oh, yeah. I can just remember being in Florida and being stuck in traffic jams. And
you're not allowed, right?
Well, if you start splitting lanes in Florida and a cop sees you, you're running from the cops.
Oh, no shit.
You know what I mean? They don't give a fuck that you're sitting on a bike in traffic and that bitch is blazing fucking, 500, 600, 700 degrees between your legs.
I never thought of that.
They don't care, and it's Florida, so it's like
Sticky.
80 something percent humidity, 98, 100 degrees outside. You're in the sun. I mean, bro, I've been in total crazy shit on my bike, from like being in the rain to like, stuff like that where you're like damn near dying in sweltering heat, feels like.
Yo, that rain shit looks shady, bro. Will you just try to find a bridge and just post?
Nah, I used to, when I went to school in Orlando, I exclusively rode a motorcycle, and living in Florida, it rains like all the fucking time, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And so I just put on the rain suit. I'd fucking hop on the bike. I'd shoot out to work, shoot out to school every day, 5 days a week, whatever it was. It'd be nighttime, be riding back in the rain, dude.
That's not scary?
Do you feel like you're used to. So I would say like just riding in the rain in general is not that bad. It's not really too scary. The only time I can remember actually being like shitting my pants scared in the rain, I was coming back from Palm Beach. Excuse me. We're getting one of those epic Florida rainstorms, and it hits while I'm going back up toward Orlando. And I'm like in between big semi trucks, right? Big trailer in front of me, big truck behind me, maybe like little over a car's length between us. And it is pouring so hard that I can barely see. And I got all the overwash from the wind and rain off the trucks. And I'm sandwiched between them with another truck here stuck on. Bro, I'm stuck. Luckily, my Gixxer had like flashing lights. Like hazard lights, right? And so I turn on my hazards. I was just hoping the truck behind me could see, and I just fucking held on for dear life and just did the best to not make any fucking mistakes. But that was probably the only time I could say I was in the rain, and that was like clearly very dangerous. Yeah, I was like, holy shit, bro. Like hydroplane, I'm going under one of these 18-wheelers.
That is the worst case scenario.
Dead. Yeah, you get crumbled up. You're done.
Yeah, that sucks. That sucks in a car in the rain, no less than a bike.
Yeah, you're done for at that point, for sure.
Man, I'll pray for y'all, man. When I see y'all out there on the bikes in this rain, I'm like, oh God, Jesus, get that man home.
Yeah, I don't do
the home.
I'm a fair weather rider now. It's too cold or it's raining or whatever. I'm like, I'll take the car.
So
take the car. So
that's cool, man. Back to the weed. What do you feel about the state of the cannabis game right now, bro? Where it's at?
It's interesting. It's kind of like you said before. You got to keep evolving with the game as it's evolving. Like everything's really turning into these big businesses taking up market share and trying to stop their competition and stuff like that. So, I mean, I guess it's kind of the inevitable evolution of it. But I don't know. I like the Prop 215 days were felt like more unity, like a community was more real at the time. Now it's like a bunch of people trying to build a business and not go broke paying taxes. You know what I mean? Because they're like, oh, you weed guys, you produce so much money, we're gonna tax you through the fucking ceiling. It's like the most highly taxed thing in the fucking country. And it's not helping.
We're not allowed to export anywhere.
And then they're raising the taxes on it more here in California or some stupid shit. So it's just like, I don't know. Yeah, they just did, right? And so
they just fucking did, bro.
I don't know. I'm not excited about those aspects of it, but I think that it's inevitable that the changes will happen and either adapt and kind of get in line with what's going on, or you're just going to be fading away slowly. Yeah. So, I mean, we're doing our best to adapt. We've got a partnership with one of my good friends, Sean from the Hydro Boys. And, we're going to be a proper owner of a nursery. So we'll be one third partner. yep, so we're gonna have our own legal nursery. We've
Tight,
the
bro.
license, everything's already good. We're getting the electricity finished up right now. Most of the rooms are put together, and yeah, I'm really excited about that. It's gonna be pretty much the next leap forward in building the brand, establishing longevity, so we can really last in the market and kind of evolve beyond just being a seed company and having some flowers that people enjoy.
Dude.
So yeah, nursery life right around the corner for us.
Okay. And I gotta get Hydro Boys on the show.
Yeah, I'd love to get Sean on here for you.
Please
That's my
connect
boy,
us,
man.
man.
We've been friends for years. Like,
Nice, dude.
I've known Sean since probably the earliest days, really, of raw genetics. Like our first crosses was like raw glue and raw cookies. You know?
No way, dude.
And
Okay.
and he had hit me up years ago. He was running the raw glue. Tagged me on Instagram,
Okay.
and I was talking to him in the DM, and he was like, "Bro, you should come out, come check out my spot. I'd love to show it to you." And so I was just like, "Yeah, I'll go meet this random guy, right?"
Sure.
And came out. Sean just showed mad love, and we just hit it off right away. It's just like sometimes you meet people and you
Yeah.
just automatically
exactly.
like kind of bro down right away in a sense.
yeah.
And
I know what you
ever
mean.
since then, we've just been really good friends. And he's proven to be one of the most trustworthy people I know in the industry
nice,
for
dude.
sure. Like
Nice.
consistency, like never ever flip flopped, never did nothing weird. Like always, just always
solid.
kept it real, right? Which is super rare.
Never had to second guess him.
actually. Yeah, it's super rare to find people who really, over like a 10-year run can like always be consistent.
Yeah.
It's like probably the most valuable thing in a person is consistency, I think.
Yeah.
It's one of them at least.
For sure. Yeah, my buddy Gino works with him, or worked with him.
Yeah.
That's how he came on my radar.
Nice.
And I've tried his flower too. His flower's fire.
Yeah. They've been doing it for years, and so once we get the nursery going, then I think the next step will be getting some flowers in the rec market, starting to work on that and start to really develop all of those aspects further.
Cool.
But yeah, it's a daunting task, but it's also exciting, and it's very expensive.
Yeah, for sure.
Very expensive.
For sure.
It's putting the finances to the test.
Do you guys do clone drops or just seed only?
We do clone drops, yeah. We have a website called Secret Selections. It's secretselections.io.
Okay.
And we do our own clone drops on there. We sell clone onlys that are popular, verified genetics, honestly at a pretty fair price. I feel like you could get unrooted slips of most things for $300 or less.
Okay.
And even right now, we're actually running a little sale. I don't know if this will come out in time for that, but if not, we're always putting up
3-4 weeks.
promos. Yeah, it'll probably be over by then. But we often run sales around holidays and stuff. Like right now, we have $100 cuts, and we're bringing rooted cuts back right now.
Okay.
So yeah, we definitely offer more than just seeds, because some people don't want to hunt. You know what I mean? They want to be able to get something that works, something that's good, and then just pop that up in their garden and then have a good outcome, because it's hard enough to grow good weed as it is.
Yeah.
And now you couple that with hunting and just depending on, skill set, space, and various aspects, it can really be hard to get a good hunt and push them to their potential,
No, I know exactly what you mean, brother. That's cool, man. I like it. My buddy right down the hallway, Turkey Back Tom, he's got a bunch of your gear.
Oh yeah, I met them before, and your boy Ryan, obviously, that's
Ryan,
how we met.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, super solid dude. Shout out to Exotics,
Shout out
man.
to Exotics, man.
Yeah, I appreciate him.
He's half of Exotics.
Yeah. So he shows so much love. He came down. They're running the Zlushiez and stuff,
Yep.
and really wanted to get in running more genetics. So I obviously started hooking him up. Anybody who's showing us love, we want to show some
Yeah,
love
hell
back,
yeah.
right?
Hell yeah.
And they're doing work too. Like they're really doing shit.
absolutely.
They're not just like, oh, we had some weed one day.
Yeah, Ryan and Nick are fucking it
They're
up,
doing
bro.
it. They're trying to do something here. So I wanted to obviously anything I can do to help support other passionate people who want to, bring the genetics out. Like I'm about that for sure.
Yeah, it's crazy. The story behind the Zlushy,
Yep.
they call it Zlushi. So
They
I'll
call it
just tell you,
Zlushi, yeah.
So it was like my boy Nick, the founder of Exotics, he got a new spot. And my boy Turkey Back Tom, he's right down the hall. He had the cut, and he traded the cut for some, I think it was like Gelosi dough, which is, gelinade times dosi. Great trade, by the way.
Quite a name too.
And and this fucker, I remember, bro, it was in Nick's fucking bathroom while he's still setting up the spot. And it's just a little fucked up ass plant just chilling in the bathroom.
Yeah,
like,
little Z
what
plant.
the fuck is that thing, man? And he's like, nah, this is, Tom gave it to me. I was like, strawberry Z. I'm like, huh, that sounds cool, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking run that thing.
Yeah.
So he ran it. And he ran it first under LEDs, and I fucking gave me a little sample. I smoked it. I called him like halfway back home because I was smoking, riding and shit. I'm like, bro, you fucking got one. What the fuck is this? Because at the time, like the only thing that was strawberry out there was Fritter by BTY. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that shit was fire. But I was like, no, this is gonna get Fritter. Run first, Mike. This is straight strawberry Z.
Yeah, it's really good.
So I was like, yo, what's up? Like, let me work with this with y'all. They kept it for the most part, but they would sell me packs towards the beginning, and I would call it strawberry Zeppelis because I had my Z. I call it Zeppelis.
Oh, okay.
So it was easy, strawberry Zeppelis.
Right.
And we had a cool ass run, man. Some dope ass batches of that, and they fucking made some fucking waves off that.
Yeah, they really did.
still are.
Honestly, they still are. But that's why he was like, oh, we obviously want to keep building on top of this.
No doubt.
So I gave him like some Kaizens and
Nice.
Purple Ziki and some of those other things.
Hell
you
yeah.
know, definitely a bunch of seeds, new stuff people don't have yet,
Sick,
things
bro.
like that. But yeah, it's been really cool. You know, I love to see when the genetics work for people. Right, that's really the goal. Is
Yeah.
like that people get it, it resonates, and then they're able to do something valuable to them with it. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really cool to see that come through and see it working out so well for him.
So I got a question for you. What is strawberry fritter? Is it apple fritter times?
Yeah, it's apple fritter times strawberries and cream.
Strawberries and cream.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yep.
And
So,
what was strawberries and cream?
That
Cough times
was-
cookies and cream.
so it's cookies and cream times a special pheno of mimosa that Pure
Oh,
Melt's
no
found.
shit.
Yeah, Pure
Okay.
Melt's found in the mimosa
Okay.
a strawberry pheno, and apparently other
Sure.
people have too, right? So there are strawberry expressions in there.
Okay.
And then it got called strawberry jelly, and then Exotic had crossed that, and then we got the male from the F2s that he did, strawberries
Okay.
and cream F2. So, but yeah,
So this came from
started with an exotic
DNA?
male. Exotic male. Oh, so no, that's symbiotic.
symbiotic.
Symbiotic, yeah.
Got
The
it,
guys
for
who
sure.
made Purple Punch, basically.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha,
So those
gotcha.
guys, they
Okay.
made mimosa, and then the strawberries in the mimosa there, and
Okay.
Pure Melt found it. Exotic made that cross, and then, this is around the time when apple fritter had just came out, where people actually had verified apple fritter, right? And so I thought strawberry fritter sounded cool. It should be
Yeah, that's
tasty,
cool.
right? It was a good cross. And so that's the one that we focused on. But we made a bunch of crosses. I did like a little strawberry and cream R&D line, a little
Okay.
tiny release. The Jungle Boys really, really love that line.
Because they had the shortcake.
Yeah, well, the shortcake is actually
That's
from
different.
Canorado.
Okay, gotcha.
But they did, we called it Strawberry Nerds at the time, but obviously you can't call it that. So they had called it Z-Berry,
Yeah.
which was
Okay.
strawberries and cream times Z. And those were crazy, man. Those were honestly maybe even better than Zlushiez, just like the Z
Oh,
and stuff, the
damn.
way it came together a
Are
little
they
bit.
still around?
I have like a very tiny amount of like just personal seeds, but we could get into a little hunt because
That's cool.
there were hash makers in there. The
sure.
hash was crazy out of them. Yeah, I was actually really bummed when I lost. Like I said at the time, we were calling it Strawberry Nerds, but they're Z-Berry is what Jungle Boys called them. And yeah, I was really bummed out when I lost that cut, and then none of my boys had kept it either.
Oh, fuck.
And then later, people came back asking me for the cut, and obviously it was gone. I didn't like do any clone drops with it or anything like that, so I couldn't even try to recover it
Yeah.
anywhere. So, but there's more. We could find another one in there
We've
for sure.
all seen that movie before. And that's it's the bittersweet part of the game, but it's also like,
Yeah,
if you were there, you were there.
yeah,
If you weren't, you weren't. It's just part of the story.
yeah.
And that will never be smoked again,
Yeah, I lost a really crazy pheno in my Z Pie hunt. This one's always stood out to me. Like my buddy West Coast Connoisseur came over. I showed him the weed. He was like, yo, this is fucking crazy. Like, this is triple A. I was like, hell yeah. So I go to give him a cut, and this is where I fucked up. I tried to take the cut off the plant when it was too small, too early, and the plant just didn't like it. And next thing you know, what I had left, which I thought was enough for the plant to be cool, it just gave up on life and died.
Oh,
and
fuck.
then the cut was like, obviously had to go somewhere and then get cloned, and in the process none of the copies made it. And so it was like legendary Z pie cut that only the homies got to smoke, and it was like the one I have right here. This is the one that's an multiple award winner. Smokey Bodega won in New York with this a bunch.
For sure.
Best thing smoking, first place at the Billies and stuff.
Yeah, I remember that year. Yeah,
and I'm telling you, the one that I lost is like way crazier than that one.
No shit.
Yeah.
So there's
really
more than one
heartbreaking.
Z pie, Georgia pie Skittles.
Yep.
Oh fuck!
Yeah,
Was
so
that
we got
was that a seed
Georgia-
release? Where the fuck did that come from? That wasn't JBZ.
No. So in the
shit.
in the earliest days of like him partnering with cookies and stuff, they had the whole new wave of cookie cuts coming out.
No doubt.
We were fortunate to get Georgia pie before anybody else.
Okay.
And that's back when like we would spend time chasing down cuts. Now I don't go chasing anybody's stuff like that. But
Sure.
at the time it was a bigger deal in the game, right? And it was our chance to be first. And so Z pie is one of the, we made a good amount of Georgia crosses. Like everything that Georgia touched was a banger. Seed Junkie crushed it with that selection. Like I always give him all the props. We're just
You made
making
the seeds. You made the seeds to that?
for Z pie, yeah.
Fucking A, you
Yep.
gotta know that, bro.
Yep.
Look at that. You learn something new every day on the podcast. Fuck, dude.
Yeah, Z Pie's been one of our best sellers for
shit.
years, multiple awards, of course.
Okay.
And
Nice, bro.
yeah, all just because on the back end of the era when being first to hype cuts was like a really big deal. But plenty of the respect has to go to Seed Junkie on it too, because all I'm doing is pairing really cool things
sure.
together. I'm like using my knowledge and experience to take what this is and put it with things where
No doubt.
they're going to shine together. The quality of the selection, 100% Seed Junkie. And it's because of how good that selection is that all of the pairings we did were so wonderful. You know
Gotcha.
what I mean? So
Gotcha.
yeah, a little bit of an unofficial joint effort there, But
Sure. Yeah, because that came across my desk when I started Good Pizza in the rec market.
Yeah. She's heavily renamed. She's got about 1,000 names in the
No,
game.
it came to me as Georgia Pie Skittles. This was like two and a half years ago.
Yep.
Like when he just started releasing those clones.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't like do any digging past where it came from.
Yep.
And then we got a tray of that and a tray of the wrong clones, and that turned out to be Fugazi, what I just gave you.
Okay, nice.
And we have no idea what the fuck it is. It's probably Perm Cross, maybe Perm Shirt, Perm 41. We don't know. But it's definitely not anywhere else. And I'm sure he just got rid of it because it kind of grows funny. It looks like shit. But I had the choice to start my brand with either Fugazi or Georgia Pie Skittles. So we smoked it in the other room right over here with
Yeah.
Jordan from Blueprint, Adam from Proper, and we smoking them shits, and they're both blowing. I'm like,
Yeah,
boys, what do I do? Because I'm picking one, and whatever I don't pick, Don Murphos is snatching. So I'm like, and I know I ain't getting it back. You know what I'm saying? We're both like my cultivating partners at Cadre.
Yeah.
Like, look, both of y'all get one. I somehow got first pick, and I picked Fugazi, and then Murphos ran that shit up with the Duranzos like crazy.
Yeah.
Still is.
She's crazy good, man.
You know what I mean?
It's got power.
It's cool.
It grows decent.
It does have power.
It's not as bad as Z, but it definitely still has some of that wider, squattier stuff that Z does, but the yield potential's higher. Does not wash like a
No, it doesn't.
1.5% or something like that. The rosin from it is amazing, but you got to
sure.
have a stomach for pain if you're gonna
Yeah,
wash
bro,
her.
you're gonna take an elbow.
If you want to wash some good Z, our purple Zikigai, which is one of the cuts we do offer to people on secret selections.
Okay.
She won a cup, first place for rosin.
Fire.
These guys, I want to say out of New Mexico, totally crushed it.
Okay.
Won first place, sent me out a sample, their SOPs and stuff. Really, really good. And that one actually comes back around like 4 to 5%. I think what I heard the other day was that it had washed to hash at 4 or 5%, and then from there to 5% to rosin. So,
Oh, nice.
it sounds like those are pretty decent numbers. I know
are decent numbers.
for Z, that's definitely pretty good. She's still a little bit slower, a little bit. The purple is definitely built a little bit more like Z. But it's really interesting. That one washes really well, and the Zoju also washed.
What is Zoju? Can I see that one?
Yeah, Zoju is one of the other phenos, basically, from the Zikigai selections. And
Okay.
this is one that my boy Blackleaf selected, and this is what we basically are doing it exclusively with Blackleaf for his brand.
Oh, tight.
And
This is Z'd out, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what is this? Z times what?
Rainbow Belts.
Damn.
Yeah, Rainbow Belts 2.0. Yeah, it's from the initial selection. And then now I've taken this and I've made F2s with it. I just took an F2 back to Ziki, making an N cross. I did a Ziki BX. Like, we're doing a bunch of different
Z on Z.
directions to try to figure out. Like I said, the goal is not just to have like great smoking Z. We're already there. That's done.
Yeah.
But to actually put it in seed form where the growth is like usable commercially, right? Because it's
Gotcha.
you gotta have a stomach for slow, long vegging shit. If you're gonna do Z, you know, you're like vegging for like 6 weeks.
Yeah, that's
You
the main
know?
issue with commercial.
6 weeks is way too long for most people. They don't commercially want to invest that kind of time into it.
Yeah.
You know.
Shit, I
So-
get it.
Yeah, he said I just did it.
Yeah, I just,
She's a pain, you know. And
yeah.
so with the Zikigai stuff, I want to say my average veg time on those is like 3 to 4 weeks, probably closer to 4 weeks on average.
Okay.
You know,
It's not as bad.
not
Still
quite
not great.
Still not great.
Not great.
You know, I'm not saying she's certainly not fixed all the way yet,
For
but
sure.
she's less veg time, and when you flour, they actually stretch.
Okay.
As opposed to Z, you already know. You flour Z,
Squatty.
she almost gets shorter.
Right.
I always joke that it just gets shorter when you flour it because it doesn't
It's
actually.
real cushy.
Yeah, it doesn't like
know?
it's just this little bush.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. That's her game, but we're getting her to stretch out a little bit. I mean, my Zikigai that I don't give to anybody. It's probably one of the better ones as far as like structure goes. Like it's more vertical. It has good side branching. Doesn't get wide. Wants to get tall, and then it does stretch and flower as long as you develop the root zone well.
Okay.
You know, it's like anything. You know, well, not anything. Some things can handle not having much veg time and still turn into big plants. Obviously, these will not.
Okay.
You know, if you don't establish the root zone, then you're not going to get the benefits of any stretch. It'll spend all the time growing down, it feels like.
No doubt.
So,
Yeah.
feel like
That's
it's pretty
really
standard.
nice. I'm gonna have to try.
yeah, roll it up, bro. Be my
Yeah.
guest.
I'm gonna try
I was
some
trying to roll this Z pie up over here, but my hands were shaky for some reason. So
you're
I'm just
good,
going to
bro.
fire up this joint
Hey,
in a
fire
little
it
bit.
up, kid. It's all good, man.
Yeah, I
So-
got. Go ahead.
No, you first.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I got all this flour from my boy Joe over at LA Family Farms. You know, he's
Yeah,
starting to just run a bunch of our stuff, man. Big shout out to
the
LA
homie
Family
Joe,
Farms.
man.
Yep.
LA Family Farms. Thank you for the samples, bro.
Got the Zoju, the Z pie. He's got the Zickies and a bunch of
Hell
other
yeah.
things. And obviously we're gonna keep him laced up on the new stuff.
So he's running the Zoju, but that's strictly for Blackleaf?
yeah, so he's he's exclusively the cultivator for that one.
For sure. Because I was about to hit him up like, yo, bro, is that
Right.
one on the menu? I didn't see that one on the
Right,
list,
right.
bro.
Yeah, she's on the off
Nah, I
menu.
get it. I get it, bro. I get it. And shout out to Blackleaf for
Yeah,
running
yeah.
with that one. That's a good one.
But yeah, you know, we're definitely interested in kind of like how we did for Black Leaf. You know, we have the exclusive thing and developing the flowers a little more. It's definitely something we want to do for more people, especially as we have the nursery and we're getting deeper into the rec market. You know, we're down to help brands create and curate their own unique things. Because obviously it's a big factor having something that's a standout against your competition in the industry. I mean, it's just so many,
Straight up,
everybody's running the same thing and
Dog.
giving it a different name.
Yeah, that shit is
But
whack, bro.
the smokers know, you know, when you get lemon cherry and it's called, you know, some other shit, you know it's lemon
That's
cherry.
the biggest one. Don't try that one. You know what
Perm
I'm saying?
too. Perm's
too,
pretty.
for sure,
Perm's pretty
bro.
bad. Z Pie. This is the one from us that is the most heavily renamed. This thing is
Yeah.
is the star of a bunch of people's brands renamed. You know, which is fine. I have no ill will toward anybody renaming it. I do
Gotta do
wish
it.
we could get a little love, but you know, at the
Yeah.
end of the day, it's like
Dog,
it's
I
not
had
that
no
big of a deal.
idea.
They know. So
I can't believe I just found this out, dude. You guys
Hell yeah.
are responsible for that. That's fucking cool, man.
yeah, man. I've had a couple good ones in the game over the 10 years.
Yeah, man. I like. I'm not dropping back in the rec market on the indoor scene until I have my own lineup. Like I'm
Yeah.
not doing it. Like I've had some good runs, but I've noticed like if you don't have your own shit
Yeah.
can definitely sit, bro.
Well, it's tough. Like you said, it's just going to get stuck on the shelf because
It's
maybe
stuck,
you'll get
bro.
somebody to get it one time, but as soon as they realize, like, oh, this is permanent marker with a different name, and I can get the same permanent marker for $10 less
Exactly.
from that brand.
That's what's
it's
going
like,
on.
There's no need to buy the more expensive version
Yeah,
necessarily.
yeah, for sure.
So yeah,
But,
uniqueness.
but yeah. So let's talk, dude.
Yeah, let me know. I'm happy to help. We're constantly
Yeah.
cooking, making things. We could always, brew up a whole
A nice pie.
original line, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, we
that'd
could
be
do
cool.
some cool shit. So just let me know whatever you're thinking, and you know, later we can figure
Yeah,
out some
yeah.
details. But yeah, another cool thing we're working on right now is my boys from Ronin Seeds. They found a really nice 707 lemon tree.
Oh,
and that
shit.
thing is smoking, man. It's a lemon tree cross with Kim Dog, and then the line is
Fire.
worked And so it's basically just a lemon tree is all it is, really. The Kim isn't really a factor in it.
Okay.
But man, is she just a great smoking lemon. Little short plant, like you know how lemon tree is. This shorter pain in the butt, kind of like Z. But the terps are just
crazy.
Yeah, they are just unbelievable. So we took that, we did a reversal. For me, the whole point of it was really to hit Gelinade. I just wanted to put that lemon on the Gelinade frame because Gelinade, she goes, you know?
Oh, yeah.
She cooks. She gets
Tried
big.
and true.
Not the biggest yields, but it's a big plant.
And for citrus strains, she certainly hold court. Like she emerged with Z and fucking, well, maybe a little after Z, but like the 41s and shit.
I feel like it's maintained position.
It has.
And like people find it to be desirable, right? I enjoy smoking. I don't think it's like strong enough for me to smoke. I would much rather smoke Z. I think Z, Ziki, all these things are way stronger than that.
Yeah.
But from a flavor perspective, tastes fucking good, you know? And I thought if we could put a little sweeter lemon on that frame, you know, that would be an even better outcome. So we'll see what's up. We also hit like Zikigai and I think we hit Pure Kush as well. Always trying to chase down some cool OG hybrids, right? Like a really good lemon OG would be just as desirable to me as like a lemon, you know, OZ kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or a OG OZ kind of thing, you know what I mean?
Do you like lemon strains?
I do like lemon strains.
All right, I got something for you before you go. Don't
Yeah,
forget.
I like all terps, honestly. I mean, I do get bored with some of the older sativa things I find to be
I'm
more
good off
common,
that.
you know?
Yeah.
Like I'm still enjoy like taking a dab or smoking a joint of one, but like I know I smoked some Durban Poison not too long ago and I was just like, I don't know, this is not even worth smoking.
Nah, dog.
You know, like it just didn't have any power. It didn't have, like the taste was okay. It didn't taste bad or anything like that, but you're just kind of like it just doesn't have the flair.
Yeah,
It doesn't have the flair, you know? So I don't know. People reminiscing over stuff like that. I might not be smoking enough new weed.
Yeah, could be. Could
You
be.
know what I mean?
Yeah, man, I feel it, bro. You know who's got a dope ass Durban Poison? Blueprint. They got a good one, bro.
I'm not familiar with Blueprint.
You don't know Blueprint?
I don't think so. Anyway.
So Blueprint is so Jordan is the head grower in Blueprint. He used to grow for Connected Alien Labs back in like 2017, 18. So like the original Gelinades, the 41s, the fucking Biscay, all them crazy ass smoking ass flavors. That was Jordan heading that. You know what I'm saying? So he's definitely a powerhouse and an amazing grower and a part of real fucking history. He separated from Connected, started his own deal.
Nice.
You know, so it's Jordan, T Figs, Billy, Jake Rolls, Richard, you know, the whole squad. And they're putting out fucking, Triple Indy and shit like that.
I've heard of Jake Rolls though.
Jake Rolls, yeah, he's a roller. Yeah, he's in this building too.
Nice.
He's one of the growers there. Yeah, man, I have to give you some of their work, bro. It's fucking fire, bro.
Hell yeah. Yeah, there are a lot of people doing good weed these days. I feel like rec weed was so bad for a little bit. Like every time I would see it, I'd be like, oh, it looks good, but I wouldn't want to smoke it, you know?
Yeah.
But now I feel like a lot of people are, got their rooms tuned in or something finally because I'm seeing good weed where I'm like, hey, that's smoking. Like,
yeah, definitely. I'm with you. So what do you know that the industry should know, and what do you call bullshit out there that you're seeing out there in the game right now?
Bullshit. I don't know. I'm not too much for the drama. There is bullshit out there. I don't know. Just people trying to tell people what to do with genetics would be like the main bullshit that I see, because obviously we're in genetics and stuff like that, and there are people who don't think you should be able to use genetics or other people's, or they just got a bunch of real strange superficial rules that they try to leverage on respect, and I don't know. It's just not based on anything that's real, and no real business is operating under these imaginary rules, but like these people are still out there like shaming and trying to use their status to like hurt the reputations of other companies. And I just think if you're like an old head out there and you don't want to evolve with the industry, that's fine, but it's not doing you any good to be speaking down on other people who are passionate about the plant, putting in work. You don't have to like what everybody does or agree with everybody's methods, but I just feel like people like that don't really have much ground to stand on, with the position of what they're trying to say. Like, oh, you bought this from me and you gave me your money, but I tell you what to do with it, even though you did not enter
Right.
into any type of a contract. There's no implied contract except for a warranty here. So I don't, but I'm going to tell you what to do with the thing that you gave me money for that I sold to you.
I mean, hey, when you break it down like that, dog, like it sounds kind of crazy.
Well, and also if you think about it, so like now we're talking about like patenting plants and stuff like that, and having trademarks and if you release the genetics in public and make them publicly available, you no longer are able to patent that genetic seed line, right? Because now you've released it to everybody with no contract. You have no dominion or control over what people do with it. And so it's not something that you could suddenly rein in and have control over. So if people don't want other people to use their stuff or enjoy it in ways they don't see coming, don't sell it publicly, or like don't sell it at all. I don't know what to say.
Don't sell it at all.
Yeah, I mean, for me,
That's an easy one.
I was inspired by other breeders to get into breeding, right? And so I think that it's crazy when other breeders are mad at you for being inspired. It's fucked up. It's the most hypocritical shit ever. And so I can't control what other people do, but obviously can just control the culture of ourselves and our brand and what we do. And so over the years, I've tried to make sure that we stand in opposition to that behavior and encourage people to use the genetics, do breeding. I'll teach anybody how to breed. I have the information on how to be successful at making fem seeds on the website. You know, like I have never seen us helping a person and it have some kind of detriment. You know, like there's literally nothing bad that's going to happen from helping other people who are passionate succeed. If anything, you just make friends and more positive ROI when like people are like, oh, so-and-so company, it'd be like, oh yeah, that dude went out of his way to help me learn how to do something. He didn't have to do it. He just did it, you know? And so, you know, we've given pollen. We do, when we do our feminized seeds, you know, there's pollen left over. We used to just throw it away. We didn't collect it or anything like that. But one day I thought, hey, why don't we give people pollen, right? Like people want to make seeds, especially in our community. There are tons of little breeders and people who are hobbyists. And so what's better if you want to make seeds than getting the pollen from a breeder who you could potentially trust and
did the work.
Right, is doing good work. We at least have a track record for good selections, and I'm giving you the exact same pollen that I'm making the seeds with. You know what I mean? It's no bullshit. There's no flip-flop or anything. And I mean, we gave Zikigai pollen out, fem and regs. I mean, I think we've done like 8 pollen drops. We did the little lemon tree pollen drop, soap, Georgia. Fuck, what else? There's a couple other ones in there. Z-Pie, blue slushy. I think we did pollen drops on all. The only one that we didn't get a pollen drop on was the black cherry. And that's because the black cherry plants, for some reason, were more temperamental. And pollen is really easy to get to mold in like humidity. Yeah, it's just a really fine organic powder.
Freezer?
I don't. What we'll do is we will take the males and put them in a space where the dehumidifier is cranking, right? And we put it down to dry. And then I'll just let the plants sit there and dry out until they're about as dry as you could possibly get. And then we'll take like a trim tray or whatever. You just need a good fine micron screen, basically. And you got to just be really gentle and go through and like kind of break it up and then tap it and bounce it and stuff. And then the fine powder falls. And then once you have it, so we try to dry it as much as we can in plant. And then when you have it extracted, we just lay it out thin, because like a pile, obviously we worry that could mold. So we lay it out thin. It should be pretty much all dry by that point. But we'll let the dehu keep cranking, and then we'll package it up in there in the little discs, label it, and then we put those inside of like a little old school dope bag, basically. With, with like a
little wax bag?
Yeah, with a little desiccant pack in there, you know? So like if it's in theory dry and ready to go, and then we put something in there that should prevent it from being able to absorb moisture. Because moisture is the enemy of pollen, obviously. It's the thing that will fuck it up. And, you know, if you get pollen, it's all clumpy, it might not be good anymore. You know, so we want to make sure that, to the best of our ability anyway, we deliver pollen. Like when you get the thing, you can rotate it and it should just be like a fine powder.
Gotcha.
A lot of people have had success. There's also been people who have not, right? You know, it's a little, which is why we do it as a promotional item. A lot of people have asked us.
Selling it.
Right. People have asked us like, oh, will you sell the pollen? And even another breeder tried to like, for some reason, shame me for giving people pollen. He's like, oh, you're selling them untested pollen. I'm like, well, it's it's the pollen we're using for one, but
Yeah, right.
you know, and it's like also I don't sell it to anybody because I'm not an asshole. And, you know, at Raw Genetics, we have a pretty good warranty process. Like, we really care about people having a good experience with the products. It's not really just about selling you something. Because if I sell you something, you go have a horrible time, and we don't help make you feel better, then you're never coming back.
Ever.
You're not. Nobody's coming back under those terms, you know? So we try to make sure that as long as people aren't taking advantage of us, you know, we'll go above and beyond to make sure that people have a great experience hunting seeds and hopefully find something that is worth keeping around, right?
You know, the crazy thing is about what you said is like, the better you help somebody with an issue they have, the more likely they're going to come back and fuck with you. Like, damn, this guy was solid. Look what he did for me.
Instead of talking shit to them, shaming them for being excited
Yeah.
about the things you do. It was just, I don't know. That was my experience. Maybe it's unique to me, but I doubt that it is. But, you know, it just felt like all of the old heads that are like the generation before, none of them really were interested in helping nurture the next generation of breeders, right? And then now they're mad because people like me are here and I'm calling out their shit saying it's fucking nonsense and I'm not complying with your imaginary rules.
Yeah, no doubt.
And they fucking hate that. And it's goofy. Like, we should be doing collaborations. We should be working together. You know, we could do just in general, like, people collaborating can do way cooler things than people beefing over dumb shit.
For sure, bro.
It's just egos bumping heads.
A lot of egos in our industry, bro.
Bro, the egos are crazy.
Unreal, dude.
A little bit of ego is good. It's healthy, a little confidence, you know, like knowing, trusting yourself. But I don't know. It's like you said, some people's egos are just like
through the roof.
Yeah, it's like I just don't even want to talk to those people.
Yeah,
but you know,
for sure.
luckily you don't have to be around people like that.
you don't
So
have to.
I don't keep any of those people in my circle.
Hell no, bro. Absolutely not. No,
I just want people who want to help. Like, everybody I know is building something or doing something or has a brand or a product, right? And if everybody,
in some way.
right, if everybody's kind of lifts each other up a little bit, we're all going to be doing way better than if you just like, I want to be above everybody else. Like,
you'll have your time, bro.
Yeah,
everybody has their time when they're on
if
top,
you're working,
they're popping. Yeah,
if you're doing the work,
you're consistent. And you're not going to be on top forever. You know what I mean? The new guy is going to come. And then the next generation. I love what you said about the next generation. Though. Let's touch on that. Like, it's important to guide the next generation, bro, because like you look at the streets, for example, like, bro, this next generation is fucking wild, bro.
It's crazy.
This is all our children. I have a 22-year-old daughter, so like this is like we call the YNs and the YBs and shit. Like, bro, like they are misguided, bro.
Yeah.
We were a crazy generation. And we raising these crazy ass kids, and some of these kids, if you had kids already like me, they grew up with us, and they seen a lot of shit. My kids seen a lot of shit,
right?
You know, I kept them at bay to like the bad stuff, but like you know, they seen some shit.
Yeah, I mean, my daughter lived with her mom, and she's still seen some shit around me too. You know?
Feel me?
So I'm just like, hey, it's weed. It ain't hurting
So
nobody.
yeah, right, for sure. But like, it's very important to guide the youth and guide the next generation, and in whatever capacity, whether it be breeding or growing or branding or whatever the fuck, man.
Well, it's also like if you think the culture of something is not right or you don't like it, don't participate in that. Create a different culture, at least around yourself. You know, I can't influence everybody. I only have so much influence over people in general, but the people in the community that, you know, promote raw and love raw, like everybody's positive. They're not going out talking shit on other people's posts. Like I had a breeder message me one day. I think we had both used the same name, Ozukaru, and just it happens. People have the same ideas at the same time, right? And it was right around the same time we both dropped the name. I had never heard of him, just by chance, you know. And he had a real bad taste in his mouth because the community of another breeder was talking shit to him regularly from another situation where he used a similar name.
Yeah.
And the culture of that breeder's community is to attack people in some sense. And I don't know why, you know. It's probably not everybody, but he was very adamant that now that we had used the same name, that he would just have my people talking shit to him. And I like DM'd him. I had a long conversation with him and just let him know. I'm like, buddy, my community is the one who told me about you using the name and about you making a post about me, because he made the post about me. I had to make a post. No doubt. And it was just a misunderstanding and him being concerned because some other people treat other people shitty when they don't like what they do.
No doubt.
And I told him like, hey, look, it's all love on our side. You're not going to see any of my people in your comment section. I said, if even one person from my community comes and talks shit to you, let me know and I'll hit them up and I'll make sure that like people don't harass you, because I don't care about the name thing.
Yeah.
Like Ozukaru is a cool name, but unless the cross that we put it on becomes like some huge sensation, that name is going to be used again and again and again and again. And there's going to be, over the next 10 years, it'll probably be used 10 more times. And only a goof troop spends time worrying about shit like that you can't control. I mean, it's not hurting me in any way. If it makes people talk about me and the fact that we had it too, then there you go. There's your marketing. You know what I mean? It's like no harm, no foul. Show some love. If somebody else has a better Ozukaru, maybe we can collab.
Yeah,
you know? That's how I flow.
That's cool, man. You got a good head on your shoulders.
I don't want the drama.
Mindset.
Man. Drama's nonsense. It's not getting anybody paid. It's not helping anything. And really, the people who like magnetize toward drama and just love to see the arguments, those people don't really want you to win too badly anyway. No. They want a show. They want entertainment. They want to feel better for whatever reasons personally they may have. But I just don't want to nurture shit like that.
Oh, you shouldn't.
You know, because the next thing you know, you've got a bunch of people around you all arguing and fighting. I just want a positive environment. I want people who love the plant. I want people who are excited about breeding and hunting. And even if you're just on the sidelines, just as a smoker, like I just want people who are positive and excited, and I don't want people who are looking to argue about nothing.
Right. For sure.
That's kind of what it comes down to, right?
That's a good moral compass, my friend.
You know, let's just have a good time, guys. We could be we could be having fun out here.
Yeah, right. Just remember, this is what we signed up for. We wanted to be in the weed business. Yeah. Now we're in it.
Yeah, yeah.
We
now
should be having fun. You know, you gotta work and fucking do all that shit, but keep that bullshit out, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Keep the positive, get rid of the negative.
Yeah.
There's no need for that.
Simple equation.
Yeah, yeah, I like it.
Or if you could change one thing in our industry, what would you choose? I mean, we just covered a lot, and it may have been one of those things.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I could change one thing in the industry, I would change just some of the way that the rec market works, because they obviously structure it in a way for big money to really dominate and make the most moves. But I think the best market that has the best products is one that has a high level of good competition. So I would just want to fix the licensing and taxing processes so that it's realistic for you to be like, oh, I want to start this amazing business that I dream about, and then be able to succeed at doing it. Right now, it's like you have to have enough money to hold a building for 18 months and pay the rent and do the build and wait for them to approve something that's, is zoned. It's fucking, it's goofy. I don't know why. Bro. I don't know why it works. It's all new to me, but I'm well aware of it because I have a ton of friends who are all dealing with it, right?
Yeah.
And we're gonna be
You're looking at one of them, friend.
Right? We're gonna be dealing with it in the rec market too. So if anything could be fixed, I think the best thing we could do is somehow try to fix the greed in government and how badly they want to just kind of tax us and artificially drive up the cost of doing this, just making it harder for no reason.
No doubt. I feel it. Now we're going to play a little game called Fuck One, Marry One, Kill One.
Oh, shit.
Don't worry. We're not talking about women. I know your girls here.
I was going to say, my girl's not going to like that.
No. We're talking weed strains, my friend. So the Fuck One is like the best fucking smoking experience you ever had. Whatever strain that was, it was just goddamn unicorn shit. The married one is like your desert island strain, everyday smoker. And then the kill one is you do not like those terps. Let's get that out of here. Or lack thereof, terps, like an Oreos or something.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely the lack of terps with the Oreos. All right, so I got to pick them?
Yeah, it's on you,
Damn.
bro.
So if I had to kill one, I would probably kill like the Jack train wreck profile.
Yep, see you later.
I would eliminate that. Goodbye. Damn. I had to fuck one. And that's one I just want to have as like a side piece occasionally.
No. It was the ultimate smoking experience. Like you smoked that joint. Whatever strain that was, you're like, bro, this was insane.
Yeah, I mean, for me, that's definitely like the Zikigais and the Kaizens and all up in the Z work. Like I could smoke Kaizen every single day.
Let's go.
Get ripped, enjoy the flavor. Every joint tastes great in a blunt. Like whatever your thing is, like she does it. You know what I mean? At least for me, it does. So
nice.
And then marry one. I don't know. It feels like I want to marry that one too.
You can. You absolutely can. You can marry the unicorn.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll just marry Z, you know, like Z in all of her glory, you know, a little pain in the butt, but can't do it without Z, you know.
No doubt.
Can't build any of those things. We can't make the outcrosses, the hybrids. We can't refine. So yeah, I guess marry Z, fuck
cool.
Zikigai, kill anything with Jack terps.
I like it. I like it.
I don't know, man. Like I smoked that Durban Poison the other day, and I don't know, it just wasn't that loud. It wasn't like, I'd rather smoke like a super lemon haze. Like that's more,
Sure.
I could do that. That would be better. Versus like, I don't know. So many things I feel like just fall into that just super common, hazy sativa profile. And I run for the hills if anybody tries to give me that shit.
Same, bro.
I'm just like, no thanks.
If there was a strain you could bring back, what would it be?
Oh, man. That's a good question. For me, I'm kind of always chasing this like blueberry that I smoked back in the day.
Ooh, nice.
And but I've kind of come to the conclusion on some senses that I may not ever really be able to feel like I've found it, because back then my palate was not what it is today, right? Like I didn't basically professionally smoke weed.
No doubt.
At the time I was a hobbyist. I was just a guy working a job and smoking weed in between, you know what I mean? And that was just some of the best, coolest weed I had at the time. It was it's back in Orlando. And yeah, I don't know. It's just always stuck out to me. Like even to this day, like I'm trying to find a good blueberry, because I do want to do like a blueberry Z. I think like if we could get like the right blueberry profile, and I'm obviously not an original idea. Lots of other people have felt the same.
Terp has done that.
Yeah, they did it right. But
I in rosin, just never flower.
That's what I'm saying. I haven't even had that, but I heard that it's good. I've heard it's good, and I heard that it's not. So it's probably based on pheno like anything else, right? But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of one of the things I'd like to do. If I
wasn't
could try
blown
to bring
away by
back,
the oil.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want something that's going to fucking pop, man. You need super, super clear profile, and it needs to be like backed up by Z.
No doubt.
And then you got that combination that's like, okay, people could smoke this every day. That's
Yeah,
like a repeatable sale for that product, you know? Yeah, I don't know. I'd say probably blueberry. Working on, just on a side note, I just did like a pineapple Zikigai.
Nice.
Yeah, pineapple sunrise for my boys over at Ronin, crossed with Zikigai. And those came out really good, man. Really, really true Dole Whip pineapple terps.
Damn.
None of that sativa to it at
Yeah, I
all.
know what you mean. It comes Jackie pineapple,
Yeah,
kind
none
of
of
like,
that. Straight up actual like
Whoa.
a cut pineapple. And then I found one that has a little Z in the back. I'm not sure I found enough Z, but we're obviously give that one a rerun.
Okay.
And if not, then maybe I'll hit it with Ziki and then try to go hunt it again or something like that. But I kind of felt the same about the pineapple as I do with the blueberry. If you can get a really clear pineapple profile and then have that secondary clear Z to back it up, you know, like where it's like a two-tone flavor kind of, then you have like a scalable pineapple. But other than that, I'm not sure that it would be scalable.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? But if we can get there, pretty good. Who was it? Retro Wave. He did a hunt on some of the pineapple Zikis, and he found, I think, a couple that wash. I did get to try some of the rosin. Crazy good.
Crazy
good.
Nice.
Yeah, where I was like, all right, it might not scale for flour, you know, like maybe it would be hard to do 100 pounds of flour on that. But you know, you could do the rosin for sure, and nobody's going to be mad about that.
Did it dump?
I think he said he found some stuff around 3-4%, so like
cool.
average,
That's
totally a workable number, at least not too low, like 1 or 2%. You know, 2%'s pain, you know, like Z Pie is like 2%. What else is like 2%? Fuck, I don't know. There's a bunch. The other one I was thinking of escapes me right now, but yeah, you don't want that, right? You got to be. It was Zlushiez is what I was thinking of. Zlushiez is another one where it's like a super low percentage. You get like 1+% or 2% or less. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Zlushiez washes though.
Yeah, but it's not a super high return though.
I don't know the return.
They're pretty low. Because I gave the Zlushiez cut also to LA Family Farms because he saw it from the boys, and he was like, hey, that's pretty cool. He's like, what I got to do to get that? I was like, bro, we've been selling it on Secret Selections for years. So
that's still available.
Yeah.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, bro. She's been. I mean, it's years ago that we created that, and to this day, Zlushiez still sells Most people don't know it's the same thing that the
Shit.
boys grow because they grow a
Oh,
little
bro, I'm
different.
about to get that. I know exactly where I'm bringing that.
Yeah, she's right there. She's not hard to get your
shit.
hands on. But, you know, the rosin that comes off of it's phenomenal. Crazy terpy,
bro.
amazing. Just not a great return on her, that's all, you know.
Dog, listen, I did some hash holes for Hash Hole Island or Hash Hole Day, and I used the Zlushiez.
I bet that was crazy in the hash hole, yeah.
Bro, I used Zlushiez with fucking the Starburst 23 or whatever the fuck that crazy Starburst rosin is. Or that, bro.
Yeah, I've seen the Starburst.
Fucking cheat code, bro. Use that rosin for hash holes, bro.
He said it's a cheat code.
I use that on the Fugazi I gave you.
letter?
Yeah. And the fucking and the Zlushiez. God damn. God. And I had to give Ryan one. I hit Ryan like, yo, bro, pull up on me. I got the one more. I'm gonna give it to you. You have to try this, bro.
Yeah.
I gave it to him and he enjoyed it. And
the rosin's really good.
That's fire, bro. That's fire. Where's your favorite place to smoke, bro?
I don't know. Probably just smoking at home, chilling, not being hassled, you know what I'm saying? Just kind of like in the zone, maybe playing some games or something, smoking a joint, right?
Nothing wrong with that. What's on the tunes while you're chilling there, chiefing?
Music-wise?
So, yeah, what you listen to?
I listen to a pretty broad spectrum of stuff, from like lounge, electric music to, you know, rap, and pretty much just not country music.
Yeah, that's kind of wild.
I mean, I grew up in Texas, so I'm not. Country music doesn't hurt my feelings. Some of them sound pretty good.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, I don't know why, but that one sounds good. But I still wouldn't put it in my playlist.
For sure.
You
Yeah,
know?
some of them grab you like, oh, that shit. Damn, he
a little twang for
he
some
spent
reason.
some real shit, dog. God damn. All right, and on that note, we're gonna take a quick break.
Yeah.
Because the OG's here.
Nice. Let's go.
We run plays in the middle of our podcast. I don't know
That's
about
why I
y'all.
was like,
you know
I
what I'm
gotta
saying?
fire one up.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah. I was trying to like time this shit. I'm like, I didn't mean to be rude to keep checking my phone, but I didn't want to drive
you're
away.
fine.
You feel me? What's up, guys? It's your boy JP Good Pizza. Just taking a quick second to shout out my sponsors over at Grove Bags. Listen, it's an exclusive proprietary bag, and here's why we love them. Let's talk terpene preservation. This is the best environment for storing your cannabis. It keeps your cannabis at 58 to 62% humidity at all times. It's like your cannabis is living in San Diego year-round with the best weather. Terpene and flavor longevity. That's important. It inhibits microbial growth. No mold, Kujin. Let's talk light protection. UV rays and good pizza don't mix. It also increases shelf life. Guys, if you have your flower in a dispensary, please use Grove Bags. We all know that stuff sits sometimes. This is gonna be your saving grace for flower that sits on that shelf longer than it should. Don't mess around with the pizza. Use promo code GOODPIZZA with TreeZ's. Tell them Good Pizza sent you. We'll see y'all back on the show. What's your favorite stoner food, bro?
Favorite stoner food? I don't know. That's a good question. Nothing immediately comes to mind, oddly, where I'm like, oh, I'd love to eat that. I feel like it probably just varies. I also try not to indulge in the munchies too much.
Yeah, for sure.
I do remember some cool times when I was younger, first started smoking weed, eat like a whole bag of cereal.
Okay. You're a cereal guy? Okay.
Cereal was cool back in the day. Like that's a fond memory. I can remember being over at a friend's, and you know, they had the bag of like Malta-Meal cereal, you know, like the off-brand.
Yeah.
And obviously early in my smoker days, and I smoked out with my friend. He's got super ripped at the house, and his family was cool with shit like that. And I was sitting there just pounding one bowl after another, and then next thing you know, his brother came in. He was like, "What the fuck, Brad? You ate the whole bag. We just got this."
Yeah. What the fuck? Those are big bags too. The off-brand.
It was like the smaller of
Okay,
the.
gotcha.
They do have like the really big
dogs.
No,
Yeah,
no,
for
it
sure.
wasn't quite that bad, but yeah,
Well-
I try not to indulge too much in that.
Well, we're gonna take it one step further. You're gonna have to indulge in this question. What's your middle of the night? You're creeping through the kitchen. You're a scumbag, and you know it. That thing's sitting on the counter. It's going down. You're taking down the whole fucking thing.
Oh man, probably Gushers.
Guilty pleasure. Gushers. Okay, cool.
Yeah, if there's anything
Solid.
that are at risk around me, it's gonna be a box of Gushers.
What a concept, bro. What a fucking concept, dog. Remember when those came out? We're old enough
Yeah,
for that.
yeah.
Like those, like we were there for that. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know why Gushers are kind
is
of like
crazy.
my guilty pleasure, where I totally realize that they're not at all good for you.
No,
Even eating
son.
like 2 or 3 little pouches is probably more than you should.
Yeah.
And I've definitely been guilty of like zeroing out a box, no problem.
Yeah, it's good.
You know,
bro.
so you gotta
Remember shark bites?
shark. Yeah.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah, dude.
You're just always looking for that
Gummies.
great white,
Yeah.
kid. Yeah. I like gummies. I like
Hell
gummies
yeah.
and shit. You fuck with edibles?
Yeah, I like edibles. I don't eat a ton of them right now, but
Same.
I definitely do. I do like edibles.
I've come to the conclusion they do not help me with my sleep.
No,
They
no,
knock
not
me
at
out,
all.
but I don't get a good restful night's sleep.
It's like taking melatonin. It doesn't really
Yes.
help me actually sleep. It'll initially put me to sleep, but I'll wake up, and then I also will feel groggy the next morning. I won't feel rested.
Yeah. Well, melatonin is just to start the sleep process. I'm a nerd. I nerd out on sleep science and neuroscience. And for some reason, I'm older now. I like to optimize my body because I got an older fucking vehicle.
Yeah, we got to level up
riding.
as we get older.
You know what I mean?
It's true.
But sleep's a big fucking pillar in the whole grand scheme of things. And they touched on melatonin. And it is, the doctors recommend it is cool to fall asleep, but it's not going to help you stay asleep.
Yeah,
And
I quit
it's
taking it because I always
Not good
end up
for
waking up
habitual.
more.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure. He did say, though, if you're flying to another country and you're dealing with jet lag and you're trying to get that first nap in, he's like, I'll take one. And
Yeah.
this is a sleep science doctor that says that. He said,
Right,
I'll take
right.
one just to get that first little sleep to try to get myself back on track. You feel me?
I can see that. Use it like a tool.
Use it like a
instead
tool.
of leaning on it.
More versus a crutch.
Yeah.
You know?
I remember there for a little while I was taking melatonin regularly trying to help
Yeah.
myself sleep better. But I finally got to a place where like I actually don't have an issue going to sleep usually.
Me neither.
I'll go to sleep pretty quick. My girl actually is like says I'll just pass out when I lay down.
Yeah.
But I don't really take naps. I'm not a sleeper like that too often. I'll usually run till I fall out before I take a nap.
Same here, bro.
Yeah.
But naps are good for you. Naps
They are.
really fucking good for you.
I just always wake up so fucking confused and lost.
Yeah,
I wake up
for
thinking it's
sure.
the next day or some.
Nah, dog, you gotta set an alarm, bro.
Yeah.
You can't just let it ride.
Right,
You
right.
gotta be disciplined with your naps, bro.
I think it's because for me to take a nap, I'm so tired that I can't not take a nap. I don't know why I'll be resisting that
I
shit.
feel you. I feel you. Everybody's different,
But
man.
but yeah, I have been trying to get better sleep. That is true.
Yeah, dog.
It's really
Don't
important.
sleep on sleep, kid.
I just want to get good sleep at night. If I can lay down and I can get a solid 7 hours, like of actual
Seven's
rest,
good, bro.
I'm good. Like
Seven's
I'm
real
ready
good.
to cook.
Same here. What is your definition of success, Brad? And has that definition changed over the years?
Yeah, I mean, in the beginning, I thought success would just be having money generally. And yeah, it definitely changes over the years. Yeah, I mean, ideally, as you go, you keep making better friends that are more successful than you, not for their success, but just inherently. And when you see other people and the levels of success that they have, you start realizing that there are a lot of levels of being successful. And so, yeah, I feel like it's kind of a moving ball.
Yeah.
Like you hit your initial goal. Something like an initial goal for me was something goofy, like just buying my motorcycle, right? That was like my
Sure.
dream bike. I couldn't buy it before. I eventually got to where I could, but yeah, I don't know. Success definitely keeps moving up because it's mind-boggling how much money it takes to do some of the things that I'd like to do. Like I'll have a creative idea, even if it's just something down to like I really want to do like some animation stuff with weed. You know what I mean? And just to do good animation is like heartbreakingly expensive.
Yeah, it is.
It really is. It's like, wow, okay, we really have to raise some money to do this or something. It's not a side project level of cost, And so when your goals start to go higher, then obviously the success goalposts go higher. Like I would say we are successful, but also need to be more successful. I couldn't just like stop working and then wait for a license for 2 years. You know what I mean?
doubt.
Like, you got to keep cooking. So yeah, I don't know. Hopefully we're able to reach the goal as it continues to move,
yeah. And that goal just keeps moving.
keeps inching
'Cause
every
you keep
single
hitting
day.
it. You got to keep pushing it out, bro. That's why it's the journey,
Yeah. You got to
the
enjoy
journey.
the journey. That's
Just
for
fall in
sure.
love with the journey, bro.
Yeah.
All you young entrepreneurs out there, bro, you've heard it before. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And enjoy fall in love with the journey, man, and everything that comes with it, because that's what makes you who you are. Oh, let me get that right for you, bro. I'll just letting the glue dry.
I'm ready to go.
Oh yeah, he's ready to go, kid. Yeah, I got you, bro.
Hell yeah.
What are some things that you're currently working on yourself to make yourself better, either mentally or physically, or both?
Probably just getting more disciplined in the gym right now.
Nice.
Like I've always been pretty decent at consistently going,
Okay,
but you know,
good.
you can go to the gym and not really be effective.
No, that's a fact.
You know what I mean? And so, yeah, I've been trying to improve there for sure. That and I would say, habit-wise, like organization. Like you
Nice.
can't become more successful without becoming more organized as
That's a
well.
fact.
Like they go hand in hand. So, you know, if you're all unorganized or failing to plan or not accepting you can't do it and hire somebody to do it or,
Yep.
you know. So, yeah, getting more organized.
And the gym, you gotta watch it, man. You know, you work out your back, your arms, your chest. You want to stay away from jaws and thumbs. You know, jaws and thumbs. You do your jaw. You know what I'm saying? Don't be fucking yapping your jaws.
okay.
And don't
I'm
be on
like,
your
jaws and thumbs.
and don't be on your fucking phone. You know what I'm saying?
I'm definitely guilty of my thumbs putting in some work
What's
in
up,
between
bro?
my sets.
So, hell
if
yeah.
I don't have to spot, like I go to the gym with my bro, and luckily he's way more gym rat passionate
Nice,
about
nice.
than I am.
Hell yeah.
And so he pushes me, you know. But yeah, I've got, you still got to stay focused though. Having somebody be like, no, you know, make sure you do it. Like now,
Yeah.
you know, my form's good and everything, but you still got to make sure that you're like activating your muscles correctly.
dude.
Like it's crazy the difference that it actually makes. you
Yeah,
know?
man. And it's like an accountability partner.
Yeah.
You feel bad about not going, and then there's the, you know, if you're lifting for mass and you gotta push yourself, you need somebody to spot you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, see, I can't even go crazy hard like that because my
Elbow?
left arm, right?
No
So I
doubt.
got the replacement in my elbow. I can still do everything. Like one thing that I can't do, like laying down with like a hammer, skull
yeah.
crusher or
Oh, skull
whatever.
crushers, yep.
Bro, I just cannot do it. I can
That's a
go
lot on the elbow, bro.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know. It has to do with like a mid range here. Like there's just
Starts clicking or some shit.
it's just weak. It's weak. Like I'm trying to get it stronger, you know. So I've been trying to really focus more on doing individual,
What about pull downs? You able to do like pull downs?
like pull downs like that.
No.
Like with
Excuse
the
me,
bar?
I probably said the wrong thing. It's like tricep extensions.
Yeah, I can do that.
Tricep
I don't like
set.
doing it over the head, but I can do the
For sure.
triceps. Yeah, I've
There
been
you
trying
go.
to make sure to do those more
That's good.
individually
Yeah,
as well.
that should help.
Yeah, anything that can build it up. I don't know. It's weird. It's one of those things where like it's weaker and stronger in some positions
Okay.
than my right arm, but obviously
Sure.
my elbow doesn't cause me any issues on my right arm. So
That's cool, man.
yeah, it's one of those forever injuries.
What's the best and the worst advice somebody's ever given you?
Oh my God, that's a good question. Damn, I don't know exactly how to answer that. Worst advice that somebody ever gave me.
Or you could just pick one if you don't have an answer for both.
I don't know. Best advice that somebody gave me. I don't remember exactly what they told me at this point, but I just remember it was like way back in the day where I wasn't even really too successful at holding a job down or anything. And one of my friend's dads was like, he's like, why are you hanging around all these people? He's like, you should be doing better than this. He like kind of called me on my shit a little bit.
Yeah.
And just gave me more accountability for myself. And then he got me a job opportunity. And I wish I could remember what he really said to me, but whatever he had said really stuck with me. And from there, like that moment really did have a lasting impact on like
yeah.
my behavior and
You had a
the
paradigm
job
shift.
Yeah, the job that he got me, I held that down for years.
Nice.
And I had that job until I went to Orlando to go to school, you know?
Solid, bro.
So maybe even he might have even kind of put me on the path to eventually get there to where I wanted to go to school and try to
Yeah.
continue to
Yeah, yeah.
improve myself. Because before I was just partying, man. I was having a
Sure.
good time. I just wanted to smoke weed and drink and
Good
you know,
life.
yeah, dude, just have a good time. Florida's a great party state.
Oh, yes,
People
it is,
party
brother.
like there is no tomorrow
Yeah.
in Florida.
Sometimes there is no tomorrow with the
Yeah,
party favors
that's
down
true,
there. You
bro.
feel
The
me?
parties go a little hard. You
Days
know?
just run into the next.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, good times. You
Good
can't do that
times.
forever, though.
No. That's a young man's sport, brother.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, shout out to the people that you meet in your life, usually the older heads that like just drop one jewel on you. I mean, might be somebody's pops or
Yep.
somebody like you have
Yeah.
heavy respect for that just looks at you and just G-checks the fuck out of you professionally, respectfully, but it
Yeah.
just hits you in your core. You're like, I am fucking better than that. God damn it.
Yeah, it was just really
what I
interesting
mean?
when
I've
he
had
called
those
me
moments.
out, you know?
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. You got to have a little bit of, reflection of yourself and
man.
become self-aware. I feel like people aren't generally super self-aware of the positive and negative things about themselves, and could a little bit of self-awareness goes a long way.
It sure fucking
really
does. Yeah, it sure
in social
does.
situations and general life and everything.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Totally agree. 100%. If you could smoke with two people, one that's dead, one that's still alive, who would they be?
I don't know. I always say that I wanted to smoke weed with Willie Nelson. He's still kicking, right? He's still running strong. Damn, somebody who's dead. That's a good question. I never think about stuff like this. I don't know if I even have somebody off the top of my head.
There's a lot of dope dead people, bro.
It's like
even
Jimi
if they didn't
Hendrix
smoke,
or something,
on,
right?
Bro,
like,
Hendrix,
I guess you couldn't go wrong with somebody as interesting as
he's
like
been called
Jimi
before.
Hendrix.
He's
right?
been called back from the dead before.
Yeah. But yeah, I know. I always think Willie Nelson. I don't know. He just seems like one of the most OG stoners left, right?
Yeah.
Like Snoop and everybody's pretty old, but I think Willie's OG to them.
Yeah. Willie's Snoop's OG. You kidding me? Our OG's
Definitely.
OGs.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's cool. So speaking of OGs, now it's time for you to shout out your favorite plug from back in the day. You called them, they delivered, always took care of the kid.
Yeah. Well, it would be a shout out and kind of a rest in peace too to my boy Mario.
Shout out Mario, rest in peace.
Yeah, man. One of my really, really good friends. I actually named a strain for him. He always wanted me to call weed the squeeze. He was ahead of his time. He was a pioneer. He would tell me, Brad, he's like, when you call me, he's like, just say you need the squeeze. And I was like, Mario, that's fucking stupid, bro. That's so stupid. And I refused to do it, And then fast forward years, obviously, we're out here, we're working with strains, and my boy Mario, he died in a motorcycle accident. Unfortunately, somebody hit him, drunk driver hit him and ran.
Damn, dog.
Yeah, it's a really sad story, but I always keep him with me in my mind because he was a great friend. He really believed in me and had my back, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so later I just felt like, well, damn, the squeeze is kind of a sick name, actually, And so we did a squeeze. It was Zlushiez crossed with Z again, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got a super limited amount of it. It was a little tiny drop, sold out super quick. And then we did a double squeeze where I hit it with Zikigai. But I think I'm going to go back and I might do another slushy line. And so when I do, I'll probably try to get a little bit more serious with the squeeze stuff,
Yeah, man.
But yeah, I kind of want to, help him continue to, even though most people won't know, a few people will see the interview, a few people will know because I've told the story before, but, hopefully people just enjoy the name.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. I try to do that too, like with my bros back here, like my bro Ills. Like Ills is just not a weed name. And his real name was not Ill. Also not a weed name. But his first nickname before Ills was Buddha Funk. That was his rap name. So the Buddha Funk's cool.
That's closer.
And we can fuck with that. And then I got Bugs. I can fuck with. You know what I mean? We can think of something backyard Bugs or something, But yeah, that's cool you did that, bro. Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. You got to keep your people with you,
Always,
even when
bro.
they're gone.
Always keep their name alive, man. I
Yeah,
respect
man.
the fuck out of that because I'm that guy.
Yeah.
That keeps these motherfuckers alive. I always bring them up on the podcast. Shit, I put them on the podcast. You feel me? They
Right.
on the wall.
Hell, that's what I'm saying.
So
That's dope.
It's cool, man.
Yeah, man. If you don't carry them with you, who's going to remember them?
Exactly. Exactly.
So.
And they don't die. What's that saying? I love that saying. They don't die. You're not dead until the last person that knows your name speaks of you. You know what I'm saying? Or some shit like that.
I see what you're
butchered
saying.
that,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah.
Keep them alive, man.
Yeah, we'll keep them alive. That's what I'm saying, and like if you can create a legendary strain, something that resonates with people, those things can outlive you, right? Like,
Oh, hell yeah. Jack Herrera.
Right, that's what I'm saying. There are strains that carry the legacy of people today, so with a little bit of luck, we'll have a few legacy carrying strains that we build over the years. So.
Hell yeah. If you could pick somebody to be your personal mentor, who would that be?
Damn, my personal mentor.
Anybody in the world.
Damn, these are interesting questions. I never think about any of this kind of stuff, so I'm like almost just go blank. I'm like, who would I want to mentor me? I don't know. I'd want somebody, maybe Gary V.
Fire.
Like I don't mind saying
Fire.
it. Like my earlier days when I was less organized, less ambitious. Just listening to Gary always preach about accountability, and he's a fucking successful guy,
Yeah,
whether you like him or not.
We were rival high schools.
Oh, that's interesting. And And I mean, he's a successful guy, and he's a you like him or you don't like him kind of personality.
I love Gary,
I feel
man. Shout
like,
out to Gary V.
But yeah, Gary V always had a big impact on me, and still does to this day. And so yeah, I guess if I could be directly mentored by Gary, that'd be great, right?
Solid pick.
You'd be
Solid
running
pick.
a great business, I think.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I missed a phone call from Gary V.
Damn.
It's
probably hard to get anyway.
Yeah, bro. And the person that came through was even more mind-boggling. Like, yeah, man. Anyway,
Hell
I was
yeah.
being present. I was where my feet were.
Yeah.
With my son, playing a video game.
Nice.
When I'm doing business, I'm doing business. When I'm with my family, I'm with my family. So it's one of those moments.
Right.
But fuck, I missed a call from Gary V.
Yeah, man. Maybe it'll come back around.
It'll come back. Oh,
It'll
for sure
come back
will.
around
6
one
degrees
way
of
or another.
separation, bro. We'll definitely see each other. Yeah, man. What's the best financial advice you ever received?
I don't know. For investing, just a dollar cost average. Like set a reoccurring buy and let that shit run. Never think about it again.
Yep.
So just dollar cost average.
Yep. Goddamn right. What's the hardest thing you ever had to overcome?
Oh man. Well, I'm going through some pretty tough stuff right now that I can't really talk about, and so I would say I'm probably in that moment right now.
Stay strong, bro.
Yeah, I'm in that moment right now. It's very challenging. It's got some dark moments around it, but overall, you know, I don't think that there's any way that it doesn't work out, right?
Yeah.
No matter what, one way
sure.
or another, the moment will pass. We'll overcome it. We'll succeed or we'll fail.
That's right.
And I think we'll succeed and we'll be fine.
That's right. You see that up there, bro? Tutto pasa.
What's that mean?
Everything passes.
Everything passes.
You know what I'm saying? Tutto pasa. You'll
It's
be
gonna
good, bro.
pass, you know. It's gonna
Yeah,
pass. It's
bro.
gonna hurt like a motherfucker in the meantime, but
Yeah.
it's gonna pass though. We'll
No
be
doubt.
fine. We're not going anywhere.
You'll be good, brother. You'll be good. And shout out to you for showing up for your business, for your family, and for the podcast, man. I didn't know
Dude, I
idea that was
appreciate the
even going
invite.
on with you. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, we got to stay out here and stay doing it, you know.
Yeah.
We got the nursery we're still building, no matter what adversity you come up against. You know, if you know kind of what your purpose is, what your goals are,
Yep.
you just got to keep grinding your teeth and pushing on through every barrier that somebody tries to put in front of you. So it sounds easy when you say it like that, but in practice, it's obviously
For sure.
just mind-shatteringly hard. But yeah, we'll get through it.
Yeah, you got a big dog.
Yeah.
Well, last question before we dip up out of here. I think this is the perfect question for you at this point in your life. If you could go back to the young you the day before you hopped in the game, what advice would you give you?
Damn, I would have told myself to buy a lot of Bitcoin.
That is becoming the most popular answer. I love it.
I've always been into crypto.
Let's
Anybody
go.
who's been in my community
Same, bro.
over the last few years knows that like I love NFTs, I love digital
Yeah,
stuff,
same.
I love crypto, and I'm
Word.
about all that stuff. And my boy Michael Hendon, who's not with us anymore, rest in peace. He's actually the first person who ever got me into crypto. And he was like, Brad, this crypto shit, I'm telling you, man. And I was just like, all right, Mike, well, I'll give you $1,000 and, you know, put it into something and we'll see how it goes,
Yeah.
you know? And then, of course, you know, we end up losing Michael and I lost the crypto, which doesn't matter, obviously,
Right.
anyway.
Right.
We miss Michael. But yeah, he's the one who really gave me my first little push to
Into
get
that
into
world.
crypto.
We
And
all
if
had
I
one.
yeah, if I had, you know, just, you know, of course, hindsight's always 20/20, so it doesn't
is
really
it
matter.
ever.
But on the positive note, it doesn't matter what the price is today if the price is going up tomorrow. Because, you know, this is going to be the low of later,
Yeah.
even though there was a low before.
That's what
So
fucks me up.
the low keeps becoming higher on things that
Yeah.
are actually gaining value. So the best thing you can do is just, like I said, put that reoccurring buy on whatever you can do, whether it's a stock or crypto, whatever you believe in. But you need something that's going to outpace money.
Yeah,
Because they're about to print again, right? So it's like
that's a fact.
we're gonna have to do some shit that outpaces the printing so we can keep doing the things we want to do. But
That's right.
yeah, I don't know. Invest, do what
Solid.
you can do.
Solid. Where can people find you, man?
Rawgenetics.com if you're looking for seeds. Secretselections.io if you're looking to get cuts. We've got rawclothingco.com if you want to get some gear, some swag from us. We're going to have Zikigai nurseries coming up really soon if you're in the rec market and you want to get raw genetics in your garden at scale. We're going to have that coming up. And I used to tell people to find us on Instagram, but that's pretty much undoable these days. And I recently was banned to the nether realm on there. They sweeped all my accounts at once. We have a Raw Connect account. You can find us there on Instagram, but it's going to tell you to find us on X, raw_genetics_ on X. That's going to be the best place. And then from there, you can join the community, get in Discord, get in giveaways. We're about to do a little grow contest soon. We do like the Summer Showdown. So we're going to kick off the Summer Showdown 2. And I think we're going to do biscotti pie times Zikigai in there.
Fire.
So we'll have people run those. We'll see how that comes out. We'll pick a winner. We do, etched bong trophies, and we have prizes and stuff like that. So, this will be the second time. We'll hopefully be a little more refined and try to make the prizes a little bit better. But no matter what, you come out with the spoils.
Yep.
We rep the cut. We get the cuts back from the people, and then we offer them for people to get them. So your selection will shine with your name and stuff. So, yeah, we try to make it fun. So
when is that?
That's getting ready to start over the next week or two.
Okay.
I know my community leader, Slick Rick, he's putting it together right now. It was actually his brainchild last year, and I loved how it went down. So I was like, hey, let's do another one, man. So I know he was putting the flyer together, and we just got to see. I'm going to see if I can get some of my sponsors to throw in some stuff. Like maybe we'll get some drip nutrients in there, some Growers Choice Lights, some stuff like that, Totally possible. High likelihood I'll be able to get that done.
Beautiful.
So,
Beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for coming through, man.
Dude, pleasure,
Appreciate you sharing your story on our show, man.
Great time talking with you.
Absolutely, man. So you already know Raw Genetics, good pizza. You know where to find them. Hit the website, get some seeds, get some dope genetics. Thank you for all my Patreons for supporting the show. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the YouTube. Every subscriber counts. We'll see y'all soon. Peace, love, good pizza. We up out of here. Oh, and by the way, go to Cookies, New Jersey, the only place in New Jersey, in Harrison, where you can get good pizza in the New Jersey Rec Market. Peace.